Yeah, we played a lot.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Yes, that's right. Episode 31. And this isn't the only one I've been streaming either. 31 weeks, except times two. So 60 weeks plus breaks. I would say we're probably about like halfway through. It ca-
Halfway through? Jesus.
yeah, well, it caps out at, well, 11 to 13. Like 11 at the minimum, but you could go up to 13 depending on how much you do. It's
Yeah.
end game. In other words, you could end the game at level 11, but if you're doing a bunch of stuff at level 11, then you could get up to 13. And then after 13, you'd probably want to move on to something else. And you guys are like, what, 8? Well, 7 plus the one multi-class level.
Yeah, technically that was like a free level, but I mean, if you're doing milestones anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so, I'm considering it like an extra level because I gave it to you outside of a milestone. So you're 7 now, basically, and it's going to max out at 11. So only 4 more level ups. But we started at level 5. We started kind of a weird way.
Yeah.
And of course, if I did this again, I would do it a totally different way that got you even more right into the action and didn't dick around so much. But, I'm learning, and that's the point. So, okay. All right. When we last left our adventurers, you guys were speaking to the great wizard Mordenkainen at his Tower of Erm on an island surrounded by a lake of blood. And you guys are the second person to speak to him. The first one was your friend Smiler the Defiler, who rode off in a huff. And we were in the middle of a conversation when we left, so we can rejoin that conversation. And you guys can you say anything else you want to say, ask anything else you want to ask, and then you can head out. And I think you guys decided you're going to see Red Ruth next, because he suggested her as one possibility that could help you find. Let's see. What do you guys remember that you found out from Mordenkainen?
I was supposed to look up and think about questions to ask him for this session. But then I went and got dental work and then didn't sleep for a week because they screwed up my dental work horribly and all kinds of stuff.
That's okay. All my prep was at the last second, reading my notes and going, "The hell does that mean?" And then to go do a couple Googles and go, "Oh yeah, I'm good." Mm. Sorry,
So,
finishing my brownie.
uh, he told us that basically the Pit Fiend guy is a no-go, but also if we wanted to get the location, we'd have to bring him the blood of a Pit Fiend anyway, so we're not going to see the Pit Fiend. He said the general guy. Did he tell us his location, or did he just tell him about the guy? I don't remember.
Nope, he didn't give you any locations.
Oh,
Basically,
he said Red Ruth might know some of their
oh yeah,
locations.
he suggested that she might be interested in the romantic tragedy
That's
of
right.
Olanthia, so she might know more about him. He also said he does not know about Haruman, and he does know where Bell is, but he wants you to kill some powerful creature, which you guys are not inclined to do.
Well, get their blood, not necessarily kill them.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean 1, you know. You just need a little blood on the gold to break the
Yeah.
curse.
So, Olanthius is the one I want to go with anyway. He's the one who was. Wait, was he the one who was forcibly turned, or was he the one who? He was the one who was forced, right?
When he saw Zariel turn to a devil, he
He
committed.
killed himself, and
Yeah.
then she raised him. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So
So yeah, he's
he's
the one I want because he's gonna be. Even if he's under some kind of control, he's still the one that's most likely to not like her, like to turn against her. Like, yeah, she gave me real life or whatever, and I guess I'm forced to be in her service, but I really would prefer not to be. If there's any semblance of his old self left. I would assume that he's like, you get turned into a Death Knight or whatever, and you're like, well, this is my life, I guess. I mean, not really anything else I can do. If I die, they're just gonna bring me back. So he's the one I would like to speak
right.
to and kind of get, because he knew Zariel in life. He would be the most interested in redeeming her, which is I think what we're trying to do. So yeah, definitely want to go see him. And it sounds like Red Ruth is the one who knows where he is. And we've already made friends with one hag, so what's another one? I just didn't. If we had the option to talk to Mordenkainen, it was like, well, let's go to him first before we go to another hag that we don't know. And if Mordenkainen's saying to go to her, then all right. But also, just to let him know that the multiverse is probably going to get destroyed if we don't solve this. So
Oh yeah, so I'm checking my notes to see if there's anything he wants to say to you, but if you have anything to say to him, you definitely can.
well, are we going to do anything with Zach, or are we just giving up on that, Zach?
I
Your...
had forgotten to research.
Okay.
I
So...
can't remember. I can't think right now. I don't know if you can tell how much fucking background noise it fucking is right now.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I think your microphone's quiet.
It is a little quiet, but there's also background noise, which is fine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know if you can hear how much is going on right now.
Oh, okay. No, I can't either.
Think.
I guess it's a good thing.
Oh, that was the okay, so the last thing he did was give you guys a scroll of Leomund's tiny hut, which Raxlor can cast because he's a cleric, although you'd have to say a special prayer because it's outside your domain, and there's a chance it could fail. However, Zoe remembers that he is multi-classed 1 level into Bard, and so since they can cast Leomund's tiny hut, he could actually cast the scroll with no penalties.
Well, there'd still be a spell check, but
oh, that's right. There is a check because it's a higher level, right?
Yeah,
but it's easier.
Jake, but we're not going to cast that right now. That's just in the future when we need a rest on the plains. We have this casting of the scroll.
Yep.
All right. Well, before we leave, if we don't have anything else to do with any side quests or backstory, that we're not getting to that, then before we leave, I will say to him one last time. I'll say, well, if the multiverse ends up getting destroyed, and Earth and Oath and Faerun and whatever other planets may exist, if they're all destroyed by the Great Pantalk, then I guess we'll see you in the next life, Mordenkainen.
Okay, crap. Hold on one second, because I actually have not quite found the quote that I wrote for Pantalk. And oh my god, what number is it? Some of my pages I put too many notes in, and then other ones I put too little notes. Okay, hold on. This is it. Yeah, I put like 3 sessions worth of notes in one spot. Okay, so you say Pantalk, and he goes, Pantalk, and it's like that big block of spell text that pops up when you say the keyword in EverQuest. He says, oh, wow, when you said multiverse, oh, wow, you were serious. Pantalk, oh, that is a problem. You know, similar to me, he began as the PC of a DM, but unlike me, he was both a terrible DM as well as a useless player character. He abandoned his campaign and wrote himself as the villain of his OC. What a shameful and uncreative trope. Now I fear he wants to destroy the universe by filling it with memes and inside jokes until nothing is taken seriously. I will do all that I can to help you, but I must only play my own part, or my own role, and nothing more. Ask whatever you wish, and I will answer. Oh, you already did ask, so skip that last part. He tells you that, I had another note on this, but I bet I can do it from memory. He tells you that he apologizes for seeming to brush you off when you said the multiverse was at stake. He has a hard time taking things seriously since there's always, the destruction of everything at stake. And he says that He says, "Oh, like you, he used to fret about the destruction of worlds, and actually his original group, the Citadel of Eight that he traveled with back in the old days, him and the other grognards, which he tells you is an old Frankish word meaning old soldier. He says him and the other grognards adventured together, and the Citadel of Eight was the name of his group, and they sought to eradicate evil." But Mordenkainen found that often that leads to the attempt to remove evil and do good actually can sometimes create more evil. So he decided that he should be focused more on balance. Instead of trying to control where power lies, he just wants to keep power balanced. Well, one of the wizards in his citadel, Tensor, uh, was against that because he thought that no, good is good, and we should attempt to propagate that. And so it weakened their.
Bond.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Where's the part about Tensor? There we go. Wait, no. Citadel? Yeah. He wanted the Citadel to dedicate themselves to eradicating evil. And there was a tragedy at Emerald Meadows when Certain, one of their cleric, was killed. Certain was very close to Tensor. By the way, Certain is Tensor inverted. Tensor is an anagram of Ernest, which is the name of Gary Gygax's oldest son, and that's who played Tensor. So Ernest Floating Disc. So he blamed his dad for his second PC dying, basically. So that split apart the Citadel, the death of Certain, and the fact that Tensor and Mordenkainen were at odds between good versus balance, led to the destruction of the Citadel. Although Lord Robilar remained friends with Mordenkainen. So next, Mordenkainen formed the Circle of Eight, which is 8 wizards, including Tensor, that sought to bring balance to the multiverse instead of just trying to force good. But one of the wizards, Rary the traitor, betrayed the group and killed Tensor and Odaluke, which weakened the group and allowed Vecna, the Lich, to destroy the Circle of Eight. And now Mordenkainen is very jaded and has a hard time getting encouraged to do anything great in the world. He just usually mostly teleports around, dicking with Yugoloths and performing experiments and things like that. But you mentioning Pantok and his terrible DMing has energized Mordenkainen. And he tells you that he can't make you that he was telling you the truth, and he's not able to give you any better information or offers of information. But he says that he will attempt to give each of you to read your fortune regarding your special magic quests. And now he's going to give each of you more information to help you. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Oh, good. He says, Raxlor, I know your spirit is restless because of the destruction of your grove. I think that you will find peace if you can restore a grove which was similarly desecrated. There is a legendary garden of good and evil somewhere on the plains of Avernus. It is festered with corruption for ages. Seek the man named Phi Chen, who sells his wares at the Wandering Emporium, and see if you can find and restore this grove. Just for the shits. I'm not offering you anything.
Raxlor says, he says, huh, ironic. I came here in search of redemption for my own grove, and now I'll be restoring one for someone else while mine sits burned to the ground. Typical. Yeah, I guess if that's my fortune, then I must do it to see where my fate lies.
Yeah, maybe you'll get maybe if you follow your destiny, you'll also seek your desires.
Hasn't worked out for me so far, but I guess that you can't argue with destiny.
Well, maybe your DM still sucks.
Well,
This
Sorry.
is Raxlor. I know what's going on. Raxlor doesn't. Raxlor is salty as hell. And the whole point of whatever he's trying to do is because he's salty.
Yeah. And Mordenkainen is just breaking the third wall, or the fourth wall, and the third wall, and the fifth wall.
All the walls.
All the walls.
It's a pentagonal.
but not the pie wall.
You think back to that poem that you read about all that glitter, all that something
In
is
the
gold.
garden.
Yeah. The little
The garden that we found before.
Well, it wasn't a garden. It was like a fragment.
Oh, okay.
So not like that is the place, just more like that's a reference to the place that exists.
Okay.
Not like you need to go back and find that plaque. It's just like, oh, I've heard of a garden, sort of a thing.
Okay, so when he says that, it's not like, what, a garden in Avernus? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, actually, that sounds kind of familiar.
Yep, and he gave you a lead, but you have to find this Wandering Emporium, which, wow,
Yeah,
sure,
well, I have a reason to go there.
sure seems like a lot of things are leading towards the Wandering Emporium. Okay, so then he looks at Scree, and he says, Scree. He says, now we already spoke about redeeming your race. I think that's probably something suitable more for a subsequent adventure, maybe at level 20 or so. But I am confident that if you continue to seek your goals here, that you will achieve your personal desire for flight. But if you want to challenge, I believe that you should. Oh, I don't have like a good intro to this. Okay, so like, remember how your god gave you like some kind of a quest involving stealing a dagger?
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to tell you about that, and he's like, I know that your god has told you to steal a dagger, and you should totally do that because you are a Kenku, which is a raven. You are born to steal, and by stealing such a I know, right? This would not go over in Mordenkainen's new book of sensitive rules. Wokenkainen. Wokenkainen says, no, this is not woke Mordenkainen. This is old school Mordenkainen. Hey, I read I finally finished his biography, and now he's all dead and stuff. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, he's dead. And they actually kind of did like a redemption thing, and they're like, oh, when he had his 6th kid with his 2nd wife, he realized that he kind of maybe should have spent more time with his family, and since he already lost his business and everything else, and he had a bunch of time and money, he decided to actually spend time with his family before he died. So yay for,
I guess.
Yay for an old boomer white man learning the lesson of being kind to people right
in the
before
last
he died.
couple years of his life.
You should totally read this book. It's pretty cool. I mean, the biography stuff is cool, but it's mainly cool about how the development of D&D and seeing how it got developed, like from his point of view. You know, like he used to crawl around underneath in the steam tunnels under an abandoned insane asylum in his town. Him and his friend would break in and they'd crawl around down there and get into shit. And they saw like a homeless guy and he attacked them and stuff, and they had to run away. And he's like, "Wow, we should do this." Yeah, that's D&D. A homeless man
I'm
with
sure
a
that
ship.
leads to a balanced childhood. Healthy.
Oh, hold on. I'm still learning the mute button on this new headset. Okay. All right, so Scree, this dagger, the dagger of Rothan. This is no ordinary dagger. It is a +2 magic dagger.
Oh.
Yes, and there's
Wait.
it has no other special features, but it was forged in the Outlands, and millennia ago, a paladin named Rothan traveled to Avernus with this dagger, and he cut through fiends for 332 days. Finally, on the 333rd day, he met Cantrum, the founding leader of the Dark Nine. The Dark Nine is like the board of directors for all of hell. So, like, even Asmodeus kind of has to answer to the Dark Nine. And Cantrum was the leader of them all. Well, Rothan plunged his dagger into Cantrum's heart and slayed him on that day. But he never returned from Avernus. Others say that actually what happened is that Rothan died almost immediately when he arrived in Avernus, and that a red Abishai, which is the dragon devils, snatched the dagger from his body, flew straight to Cantrum, and slew him by stabbing the dagger between his shoulder blades. And then probably also died on the way down. In a rage, Cantrum took his revenge and killed the Red Abishai. He was never replaced, and now they are known as the Dark Eight. The devils recovered that dagger, and Asmodeus himself brought it to his citadel on the 9th ring of hell, Nessus. The citadel is named Malshim, and he keeps it there in a museum as a reminder to all devils. For greater devils, it is a warning, a reminder that even a lowly magic dagger, when wielded in the right hands, could mean the death of any devil, no matter how great. And to the lesser devils, it is a symbol as well, but of hope. Hope that with the power of this dagger, or with the appropriate tool, that any devil could slay, even a lowly Abishai could slay a great leader of devils. And that's how devils get promoted, is by betraying, killing, rebelling against insurrection, and rebelling against their leaders. So, what a great artifact that would be. It is so critically important to all of hell. And lucky for you, or perhaps unlucky, I should say, that dagger, normally in the deepest pits of hell, is actually here in Avernus, on loan to, drumroll,
Oh?
Bell.
Oh god.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh my.
yes, it's on loan to him right now, and he has it on display in his forge. So if you guys do end up going there to meet him, you should prove yourself to be the thieving magpie that you are and snatch away his dagger. Surely such a great theft would bring great reward and honor to you.
Wow, I am truly inspired by the story of this dagger. Thank
And I
you,
just-
Mordenkainen.
I just want to bust into songs singing Roxanne, but like with a lisp.
Same.
Like I'm Mike Tyson. Roxanne, you don't have. Anyways,
He says,
no,
yes, Zoe. I haven't forgotten about you. He says, you've been communicating with some sort of a powerful fae trapped somewhere, haven't you?
Oh, I thought that was just a dream.
Well, you've been performing magic mushroom rituals, right?
Right, but I thought that was just to see the dream.
Yeah.
You're not very good at this, are you, Zoe?
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering, do you always just follow rituals suggested by disembodied demonic voices and instructions found in archaic, mysterious books?
I love him with like.
If you're asking my character, yes. If you're asking me, also yes.
He says, fair enough. He says, I believe your first dream tells you that you need to free, that there's a powerful
Yes.
fae trapped in the Palace of Heart's Desire in the Feywild demiplane Prismere, and one dream told you to free the fae, and the other dream told you to destroy the fae.
Oh,
Well-
that's right. Yes.
Well, I know you haven't had the third dream yet, and maybe you want to think twice before completing the ritual being suggested to you by an unknown disembodied voice. But you do you.
Nope.
I noticed that you've adjusted your head to Donkey Kong size, so clearly you follow the beat of your own drum.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah, we still haven't cured that. We got the cure, and then we just never used it. We're like, yeah, we're fine for right now. Hey, the thing grants you like immunity to poison for a week. We can't for a head. We're not gonna waste it on a head.
Yeah. Um,
So you're saying I shouldn't continue with the ritual? Can I ask
mm,
why?
I'm not going to say that you shouldn't, but I'm going to suggest that you definitely consider um you should consider drastic actions like that. Maybe ask around, seek some advice. Have you met anyone who says that they might know anything about your book at all?
Yes.
Oh, cool. What did they suggest that you do with it?
They said that I should just take the book and throw it in the fire right there. But it was just a barkeep named Tasha, so, you know.
Ah, Tasha. Wait, was it the Tasha at at Fort Knucklebone?
Yes. Are you surprised I remembered something?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. It's wow. It's so great. We can just continue the conversation. um,
I do remember things from time to time.
yeah, fantastic. And he says, "Oh, wow. So, yep, yeah. I don't know if you guys figured this out yet, but that's the real Tasha. That's Igwilf herself, the mother of witches. Well, that does make it a little tricky because I would never tell you to always trust the mother of witches. She can be a useful ally, but you definitely have to be careful about trusting her. So, on one hand, you have a creepy book. On the other hand, you have the mother of witches. Then you've got a dream telling you to destroy a fae, and another one telling you to free it. Well,
Honestly, if there was a way for me to do all three, then that's what I would do. But, you know.
well, it looks like you're going to be forced into a decision point. But that's probably great for your character development. So I would definitely seek that out and put some. It seems like your path is not so straightforward that a difficult decision will have to be made at some point. But I think that Mahadi at the Wandering Emporium would be able to help you get there. Look, seek him out, and he should help you find a way to visit the Palace of Heart's Desire. Although it's a demi-plane far away from here, you should be able to kind of go there and back without derailing your mission here.
I seek out Muad'Dib at where?
The Wandering Emporium.
Okay, I seek him out at the Wandering Emporium. Okay, got it.
Yep. And if you're gonna ask, and if any of you guys are gonna ask me how to get there, I cannot tell you because it wanders.
Does
Random
it ever
chance.
wander in the same path or direction?
It's not real. It's not very possible to find the Wandering Emporium unless you've already been there.
Isn't there someone who we know who has been there that could lead us to it?
Probably.
Pretty sure. I mean, most people probably have. I'm pretty sure. What's his name? Smiler has, but I don't know if we asked him. But I think he mentioned something about it anyway. Pretty much anyone who's here could probably lead us to it. But I asked Mordenkainen and I say, so if someone's been there, they can easily find it again. Is that kind of how it works?
Not exactly. Not every single person that's been there, but usually people who travel there or frequent it have some sort of magical means of locating it.
Okay.
I'm not into carnivals, so yes, definitely keep an eye out for it. Ask around. There might be someone else that that does know how to get there. I'm not really big into carnivals and stuff, so I don't happen to have any way to get there. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could find it, but I mean, you already owe me blood for Bell's Forge, so.
Hey, we don't owe you shit.
Well, you
haven't done anything for us yet.
Well, I'm just saying, if you ask me what do I want to help you find the Wandering Emporium, it's going to be Empyrean blood. So.
Oh, suck.
Do you know how hard it is to get Empyrean blood? I just need it, okay, for my experiments.
Understandable.
I just have to say,
it also
if I had $1 for every time I did what a disembodied voice told me to do, I would be a very rich person. Or when somebody's like, hey, I'm a witch and you should do this ritual, I'm like, sounds like fun, let's do it. And then afterwards, I'm like, man, Amanda, you were really pacing around outside a lot. And she's like, no, I wasn't. Oh, well, somebody was. No, they weren't. Somebody was glad for that sage and that circle of salt I laid down. Woo!
I mean, Morden Kanan says, "Ha ha ha! How amusing."
Okay, but seriously, I do have a question.
Yes.
Mordenkainen, what would you do?
WWMD.
Oh, you mean kill or destroy the Fae?
Yeah, in my situation, with everything that you know, what would you do?
Well, that is difficult because most likely one option is evil and the other option is good. And I don't really like to choose either. I like to just look for balance in all things. So I don't know. I suppose I'd probably have to see the Fae myself and then just kind of make a judgment call. I don't think there's any way that I could make or make a decision based on the information I have now.
Oh, okay. Coin toss it is. Thank you.
Well, you could.
Well, hey, if Mordenkainen can't make a decision based on the information, then it sounds like we just don't have enough information right now, and we need to look into it a little more before deciding for sure which.
Yes, I know. I was just joking about the coin toss. I've made a lot of major decisions that way, though.
I mean, essentially, if we had to choose right now, you'd have to do a coin toss because there's not enough information. But we'll continue looking for information. But Mordenkainen, you said you wouldn't suggest he completes the ritual. Wouldn't the ritual be the best way to gather information about what's going on? Do you think something bad could happen if he completes it?
Well, honestly, I can't say, but I think that's more of what I want to highlight is that you really don't know what's going to happen. I don't think that you would just find a book that's going to kill you if you do the ritual in it. That seems a little extreme, but I mean, I don't know. So far, it seems like you've only asked one person, and they said to destroy it, and that doesn't necessarily mean they were right, but maybe continue to gather information, and then when you're more informed, maybe the decision will seem natural.
Okay, you said Mahadi might know more though, so we do have a lead.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he knows a lot.
Right. I turn to Zoe and I say, "Well, he told me to seek out someone at the Wandering Emporium too. So, I mean, unless we're gonna go slay a pit fiend," I look at Scree and I just shrug. Oh, sorry, steal from a pit fiend. That's so much better. Two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
I say, well, I think the Wandering Emporium should be our next goal. Even if we can't get there right now, we should still go to Red Ruth because that's our current lead. We have no way to get to the Wandering Emporium, but next time we ask around, we should ask people if they'd be able and or willing to get us to the Wandering Emporium. So that'll be our goal when we go eventually.
Okay. Yes.
Mordenkainen says, "All right. Well, it seems like that we've really shared information with each other. So it seems like there's probably nothing left to do now, but eat dinner. Are you guys hungry?"
Starving.
Yeah.
He snaps his fingers, and suddenly you're magically transported to an elaborate giant dining room, and the table is covered with all manner of foods, and there's sodas and pizza,
Pizza roll.
and I would like each of you to describe what food and drink you see on the table and how you react to it. And we're gonna start with Scree. Scree, what do you see on the table?
I see a big turkey and a side of mashed potatoes, and I go, ooh, and take a little nibble with my beak, like really gnawing at the bone part as well.
It's absolutely delicious. You've never had turkey that was cooked this well. The skin is crisp and golden, and the meat inside is juicy and there's like a sweet tanginess to it, like you've never had before. Taters are good too.
Taters. Well, I am going to start aggressively eating like a wild bird.
He he says, "Whoa, slow down there, Kinku. You wouldn't want to choke on a chicken bone." Ha 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 ha. And he takes a swig of his Mr. Pibb, and it's like a 32-ounce can, like you've never seen one this big. And he takes a big bite of his turkey sandwich, which is the width of a forearm, and there's just mayonnaise dripping off of it onto the table. Raxlor, what do you see?
Raxlor sees 3 plates of pizza rolls. He's not sure what flavors they are, so he asks. He says, "I see there are 3 plates of pizza rolls. Are they different flavors?"
He says, "Oh no, the only proper flavor of pizza roll is pepperoni. Everyone knows that. In this dimension, for some unknown reason, combination have been entirely banned."
Raxlor's eyes
Oh,
light up and he
no.
says, "Well then," and he grabs 2 of the plates. They're like giant serving platters, not just plates.
Yeah.
And he grabs both of them and then he starts methodically picking them up and squishing out the stuff and forming it into a little pile and then throwing the shells on the ground.
Oh.
And then once he's got enough gathered in front of him, he takes a fistful and starts eating it out of his hand.
That's so similar to James. I just imagine him. Oh, combination. Well, I guess I could just squirt the goo into my mouth, and he's just like standing over the trash can, just treating it like peanuts. And our mom walks by. "James, what are you doing?" "I'm eating pizza rolls."
But yes, that and then a pitcher of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, nice. And the pitcher never ends. Like, you just keep pouring from it, and it's eternal. And it's
I'm
always
drinking
fizzy.
straight from it, so.
Okay, and it's always perfectly fizzy, like a brand new, freshly opened 2-liter.
It starts like dripping down my beard, and I'm like choking on it. Like, but it's and then back to the pizza rolls, and just back and forth like that until I'm eventually full.
All right, and they're very delicious, and it fills you up nicely. Zoe, what do you see on the table?
I don't know. I can't decide. Okay, the plates keep flipping back and forth between different things, but too fast before anybody can really make out what it is.
As you gaze across the table, there's so much going on, you can't even you have trouble picking out one food item to focus on. It's similar to those computer generated pictures made by AI that are designed to look like something, but no matter where you look on the photo, in the picture, it doesn't actually, like, there's nothing there. It's just patterns that look like it's something. Make a perception check and see if you can pick anything out.
$21.
You see McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich still in the original cardboard.
Okay, that works. But then I'm like, what's McDonald's?
That's what it says.
It's got the M and the arches on it. He says, "Oh, the M is from Mordenkainen."
Oh, okay. Mordenkaisen's fish grease sandwich. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yum.
You crunch into the crispy fish patty, and it tastes much better than an actual McDonald's Filet-O-Fish, which is to say, it's okay.
Yes, that's about right.
While you guys are snacking, he says, and his mouth is kind of full. He's like swallowing between words. He goes, "If you guys want so much information, maybe you should try to seek out a Sibriex."
Did he mention that before, or did we hear it from someone else?
You heard Smiler talking about it. He said he might go there.
Okay, I say
what's a Sibriex?
I say, yeah, we've heard that name before. I think we've heard of it, and we kind of are semi-familiar with it. I think someone got a super high check, but what is that? Now that you're suggesting it, I might actually take that offer seriously.
Well, he says they're 15-foot tall demons
Uh-huh.
that are bloated, deformed heads. Their faces are the size of wagons with shriveled arms ending in trembling digits where their ears would be. In place of a neck, the underbelly of a Cybriex hosted a writhing mass of stalks, puckers, and feeding tubes. Mordenkainen says, no creature embodies the chaotic nature of the abyss so well as the Cybriex. Although the realm of the demons is already a place filled with infinite horrors, Cybriexes, for some reason, make even more of these monstrosities. They're intelligent and perverse. They enjoy bullying and tormenting weak creatures. And they're extremely vain and arrogant, but they're willing to perform services, although they have high demands. Payments such as gold, works of art, magic items, armies, or any other such comforts. They hoard information. If there's anything to be known in Avernus, you'll probably learn it from a Cybriex. A Cybriex absorbs the memories of any creature that it eats, and they're ancient beings. So over the ages, they have gathered much information from the creatures that they eat, and they're always seeking new food to consume for new knowledge. So that's pretty dangerous, actually. Now that I say it out loud, but I mean it's an option. It's an option.
Forgive my forgetfulness. I was focused so much on what a Cybriex is that I forgot why he told us to go find one.
Oh, if you're looking for information.
Was there something specific we had asked about?
Well, you've asked about a bunch of different stuff, so I'm just saying
okay.
in general, I mean, asking around in general is good, but there is a legendary monster which is a hoarder of information. But
okay, I was making sure
dangerous.
there wasn't like something specifically we asked him, and then he was like, if you wanted to hear about that, you can go." Okay, I was just making sure I didn't miss something.
No, just something to keep in mind. He's just sharing info, just eating food with friends and just making idle chit chat.
Okay. Well, yeah, that sounds good. If we get in a bind, we'll go. How would we find one? I mean, we've been roaming Avernus for a couple days now, and we haven't even seen anything like that. The closest thing we've seen has been the Yugoloths outside here, and I don't see any Cybriexes out there.
Oh, you don't have like any kind of divination magic or to help you find some kind of creature like that, or?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's what I'd do. Is I'd probably do some sort of spell. I mean, I guess you could just keep an eye out for them, or you could potentially ask around, or I don't know. But if you hear about it, at least you know what it is.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Good point. Appreciate the information and knowing how horrible and dangerous they are.
They are a breeder of horrors and a hoarder of secrets.
That was my nickname in high
like the elders.
Mordenkainen looks at you and he just nods solemnly.
Because he's very
knows.
He
knows.
As you all finish eating, he snaps his fingers and you poof back into his office where you were before.
I keep a piece of chicken bowl.
Yes, yes, it's still in your hand, and you can continue munching on it while you're sitting in his office.
He was eating a turkey sandwich dripping down his arm.
Oh yeah, he'll just have Rothian clean it up probably, or maybe Mary Jo.
Oh my god.
I say, well, you've certainly given us a lot of information. I appreciate you being a little more candid with us now that you know that the fate of the multiverse truly is at stake. So if we need to find you or contact you again, what do you suggest we do? Should we just return to this tower? Is there like a way that we can ask for you to return sooner, or to bump up to the front of the line like the guy did with that Smiler did with that golden ticket? How does someone get their hands on one of those?
He says, "Oh, you're talking about a fast pass. Yeah, sure. I think I've got one around here somewhere." And he rummages through his drawers and pulls one out and blows the dust off it and hands it to you. And he says, Sorry, you can't summon me if I'm not here. If I'm not here, I'm probably quite busy. But this will allow you to walk in front of ahead of anyone else that's waiting. So you'll need to know that I'm here. Um, um,
You have, like, a schedule, or all these dudes gathered out here seem to know you were
The
gonna be here.
wizard
How would
shows up
we?
whenever they want. They're always on time.
oh,
Jeez.
my EverQuest finally logged out.
Aw. Okay, you were probably
Told you
maxed
to
out anyway.
check to move every once in a while.
Yeah, no, I haven't moved this whole time. I'm gonna go see if see what the wait is. I'm not playing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm not playing it again tonight. I'm only level 3, so there's really not much point in me. Like I maxed out my swimming at like 15 or something. I just want to take a spot from someone else. I'm gonna do that in the background. Um, to contact him. Um, well, the normal means. You could use a sending spell, I suppose, or ask someone who has a sending spell. He says, there's many magical means of contacting people. If you do, meet me at my tower. That's definitely an option. Unfortunately, I don't really tend to plan things out too far in advance. So, but if my tower's not here, you could certainly ask Landerbold, my consigliere, and he would let you know if he's got any reports of me coming in soon. So, if my
Okay.
tower's not here, you can probably at least get an idea of how long it'll be until it's here.
Okay, well, as long as we have some way of, I mean, we don't wanna come out here and have to sit here waiting for a week just to ask you a single question. It seemed like that other guy was like, he just rolled up and he was like, "Hey, Mordenkainen, what's up?" and then left. So yeah,
Yeah,
as long as we have
he
some
mu-
way to.
he must have been here earlier, and he probably asked.
Oh,
And
okay.
I let Landerbold know about a week ago that I was going to be showing up. So he has that information, but there's not like a set schedule. I kind of switch my
Okay,
stuff around sometimes.
that makes sense.
Yeah, you guys were pretty lucky to find me here. It's actually been a little while since I've been around.
When was the last time you came?
Like maybe a month and a half, or something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
that is pretty lucky. It's almost like the fates deemed it our meeting. So
yeah, probably your DM.
yeah, the fates.
Any suspicious timing is usually that guy or girl, I guess.
That's
he really
exactly how
he
it
was
works.
not sexist. I'm exaggerating. He's just typical for his generation. Generation.
Greatest generation.
Um. Yep. And and he says, and sorry about inventorying all your magic items. Wow, your DM must be pretty generous. You guys really have quite the haul there. Yeah, I don't like magic items at all. I mean, yeah, I carry them because I'm a little bit of a hypocrite, but they're too unpredictable. And yeah, I really think that and they tend to be cursed. Oh, so many. You guys, probably half of your magic items have been cursed, right? Like you guys probably encounter curses all the time.
Yeah. All of
Ugh.
them, like all of them.
One of them's walking right here. Poor bastards in my
Yeah.
group.
Oh, yeah, like that shield you got there. There's a devil in it right now, isn't there? Did you need my help destroying it? I can help you destroy that shield if you want.
It's a pretty powerful devil. I don't know if you'd be able to, but like, I mean, if you want to, Balrog, how would you feel about just getting destroyed?
Mordenkainen goes, Valrog, wait a second. And he looks down at his clipboard and he flips through it and he goes, well, he's ticket number 3. And then Valrog says, yeah, so are you guys done? Because I'd like to get to my thing.
I say, I mean, yeah, I mean, you want to just do it while we're here, or were you wanting to like kick? Like, we specifically asked for a private meeting. Were you gonna do it like live in front of everyone?
Yeah, are you guys cool with that? I mean, sorry I didn't mention it. There's kind of been a lot going on, but I mean, if you don't mind. And
I mean,
Mordenkainen
since
says
we're already,
he's fine with it. He doesn't care.
since we're already here, I'd rather you do it in private, just in case it is anything that would concern our quest or the safety of our group. I'd rather you just not broadcast it to everyone. So yeah, you can go ahead and take your turn. Sorry to impose on you. I just thought I thought you were part of our group. But
Oh no,
whatever, it's
I
fine.
mean I am, but I got my own stuff too. I mean, no offense.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Mordenkainen says, okay, well then if you have no further business, then Thank you very much. And before you leave, I'll see to your friend's request here. And Balrog says, Mordenkainen, I've been trapped in this shield for a really long time, and I kind of thought that if I made it back here to hell from the material plane, that I would just kind of like be able to, just escape the shield. But it didn't work out that way, and I don't know how to escape, and this is really bumming me out. Do you have any suggestions on how I could get freed from this shield? And Mordenkainen says, yeah, I don't know if that's really something I should try to help you with. I mean, offhand, no, I don't know of any special ways of just freeing archdevils from shields, but I mean, I'm sure there's probably a way. What magic have you tried so far? Well, I mean, we haven't tried any magic. I mean, we traveled here. Magic? Well, that seems a little too easy. Well, wait, what kind of magic? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of your thing to figure out, but I'd be careful about casting the wrong spell. Well, can you give me a hint? I mean, no. You could try asking your party. Oh, okay. What if they pick the wrong spell? Will it like kill me or something? I really can't answer those questions. Okay. Huh. So what if I like? Okay, is that it then? Just cast a spell? I mean, there's probably other ways. Like, yeah, I can't help you with this. I'm sorry. Ugh.
What level spell? Do you know what level spell it could be? Can you give us that much?
He strokes his beard, and then he points at you and says, "Make an intelligence check."
Oh, I don't think that's possible.
I
with
look
this
at him
one. I'm
very
sorry.
confused, and I say, "What do you mean?" And I hold my hands up like in a "What do you mean" gesture, where one of my hands is like perfectly flat, as if something could appear there. What do you mean an intelligence check? I look down at my open hand.
Oh, a D20, a 20-sided die appears in your hand.
I go, "What is this? An icosahedron?" And I drop it out of my hand, and it bounces across the floor, and it lands on a 20! No cap. Lands on a 20, but my intelligence is -1. And I say, "What does that mean?"
Hold on. God damn it. So should I just tell you?
I mean, you
was
don't have
gonna-
to tell me the specific spell level, but is it magic that I currently have access to, or are we talking like in the future a much more powerful spell? I'm like, Dispel Magic's level 2. Banishment's I think's level 3. Are we talking like planar magic, or are we talking like
I feel like I should just tell you the answer for a 20. I mean, I know that's like it's not an auto win, but God, I was going to give you a hint based on what number you roll, but I never expect you to roll 20s. Okay, I'll keep giving you hints, and you tell me when to stop.
Okay.
Abjuration spell.
Okay.
5th level.
5th level. That's all I needed. I just needed to know 5th level. I mean, that narrows it down.
But
Ooh. Oh my god, that's a really good hint. There's only 3 5th level abjuration spells that a cleric can cast, and all of them are candidates.
Ah, yes, I didn't even try. Didn't even put any thought. He also tells you that the caster probably has something. Oh, so you say that. You say, wait a minute, probably that seems like a 5th level or higher abjuration spell. And he says, "Very good, Raxlor. It seems like you didn't take intelligence as your dump stat."
Nope, sure didn't.
Well, I'll give you a hint as a reward, and he says that now God damn it. Okay, I'm not going to give you a clever hint. He just tells you that if you try casting it yourself, it's probably got a very limited chance of success. But if you were able to get some powerful being, such as a god or something else very powerful, that it may have a more permanent chance of success.
Okay, that makes sense. Or if I could just roll a 20 on my check to cast it, then we're good.
Unless I have you roll a D100.
I mean,
And that's the last hint. That's the last hint you get.
So it really doesn't matter that much because I can't even cast 5th level spells yet. So it's more like in the future. I say this to Balrog. I'm like, I can't really cast that, but I mean, we'll keep an eye out for someone who has access to that kind of magic. And I mean, it might destroy you. Are you okay with that?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be destroyed. He looks at Mordenkainen. He looks at him. The eyes on the shield turn and look at Mordenkainen, and he goes, "Is there a chance he's gonna kill me if he just casts if he's casting the right spell?" And Mordenkainen says, "If it's the right spell, it's not gonna kill you. Probably."
That's good enough.
I
I mean, Balrog, you're basically an archdevil. What do you have to be afraid of? You think a measly 5th level spell could kill you?
Probably it wouldn't destroy me. It would probably just banish me to some other crappy place.
Yeah, you'd figure it out eventually. I mean, after another couple millennia, you'd find some loser adventurers who'd happen upon you, and be fine. I want to free you. I think that'd be great. I think you definitely deserve the position as leader of the Nine Hells. You've earned it.
Wow, that would be fantastic. But let's see. If I were to rule Avernus, that means that you'd have to eliminate Zariel, Bel, and Tiamat as candidates. And if I were to rule the Nine Hells, I'd have to somehow usurp Asmodeus, which that would be even more epic. Very interesting.
Also get to spend eternity tormenting Nick and Jake and Zach and Joey. However, Jehovah wouldn't like that very much.
He's dead in canon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Gargoth
God,
he's.
That got confused with McGee. Sorry, it's the voice.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean he who was? Yeah, he's not around anymore.
Oh yeah. How about that? So there's this. Long story short, there's this dude who's trapped in the companion. You know the companion, right?
Oh yeah, the El Terrell's second son, of course.
Yeah, well, there's a guy trapped in it. Apparently, it's actually like a prison, and we're trying to break into it. And so far, from what we can tell, the only way to get into it is to use like a god level weapon. So that's why we're looking for the Sword of Zariel. Do you know any other way to get into that, or do you think the Sword of Zariel is probably the best bet? Oh yeah, we're looking for the Sword of Zariel. I think I asked you that already.
Oh yeah, that's sort of. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why you're looking for the Fallen 3. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Maybe the first piece of information that I could tell you is that if there's such a powerful being trapped inside there, it might be a good chance that that being has the power to help free Gargoth if casting the appropriate spell.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Biggie is somehow the 9th level spellcaster who has the ability to free Balrog. That's going to go over great.
Oh, yeah.
You can convince him of that.
We won't tell him who it is.
Okay, Biggie, we're gonna help you. We need your help freeing a being from this shield. What being? Don't worry about it. It's not important. Haha, now I'm going to the material plane on Earth. No! An evil moon is out on Altavis Drive.
That song plays.
So that's one. But number two, he says, well, did you look for any keyholes?
We couldn't exactly get up to it, but...
oh, yeah, it's pretty big and pretty high in the sky, too. Well... maybe there's a way to unlock it. Sounds like you're talking about chopping it open, but I mean, when you're
there's a keyhole. I mean, it's not like we're gonna be able to lockpick it. We'd have to get the key also.
Probably.
So I guess that's...
Probably. I don't know. I don't know how you do that, but I mean, if there's something inside of it and it's a prison, it seems like there'd probably be a way to open it besides chopping it with a sword. Usually a treasure chest you could open with a key, or you could smash it.
I guess that makes sense. But smashy.
Well, that's probably a perfectly valid option, but if you asked if there's another way to get in there, and
Yeah, I guess you answered my question. Thank you.
possibly. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a key that you can just easily get. You'd probably have to find some master of forging keys, I guess.
Oh God, like Bell.
Hey, I have an idea. Yeah, Bell, you're right. I don't know if he'd have him, but he sure does like forging stuff, so I don't know. He'd be someone you could ask.
All right. Well, Valrog, looks like we've got a path to your release.
Yay!
So that means you better stick with us and do what's best for us to get you where you need to go. I mean, all we can do is release you. I don't know about, helping you take over hell. We'll do our best, but I mean, getting you released is the first step. We can't do it alone.
Oh, I've got all sorts of plans and machinations. If you get me freed from this shield, I can take care of things.
All righty, well, that's the plan then. But we've got a
Does
couple
seem
things
like
to take
it'd be
care
a
of
lot of
first,
fun
but
to
that
go
feels like
along.
we'll do what?
That
Sorry.
seems like a fun ride to go along with, to be honest with that.
Yeah, so
Ride or die.
he agrees. He has a pretty good reason to be pretty loyal to you guys.
Okay. Ha, and think you were gonna kill us.
Only if I escaped, but yeah, I guess I really owe you guys now, so when I escape, I really shouldn't destroy you. That'd be pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that'd be almost like something a devil would do. Wait a second.
Oh, that was my line.
Oh yeah, because you can't even make deals with him. His ability to draft contracts was taken from him.
Aw.
Yeah, so he can't even do it. It's just got to be, you guys just have to trust each other.
Well, I trust you, Valrog.
Oh, thanks. And Morden kind of looks at you, and he's like, "Okay, you trust an archdevil? That's an interesting
I
two
trust
words
him
put
more.
together."
I mean, if we didn't have him with us, we'd be dead. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
kind of.
gotta trust someone, I guess. Okay.
To
Well.
be fair, it's a disembodied voice, if sort of. When it's telling
Yeah.
us to do something,
Yep.
I'm probably gonna do it.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's if you guys have nothing else, then I've got lots of Yugoloths that are looking for my time. And he's looking at the list and he goes, Dareth, that guy. You know, he's not a bad guy when you get to know him, but God, he's just so anxious to serve under some powerful devil. You know, he just keeps coming back to me and asking for tasks to do. I wish he could find someone to do tasks for and serve that wasn't me. Because he's a pretty cool guy, but I'm really getting annoyed by him. But anyway.
Doesn't sound like anything we can help you with. Good luck with that. Bye.
No, that's not his turn next anyway. He's got a little wait to do. But oh yeah, sorry, my head's already into onto the next part of the job. So all right, well goodbye, adventurers. Be safe out there, and watch out for backstabbing friends who ruin your business deals.
I would never let that happen to me.
Oh, and then he opens a door in the back of his office, and there's a white light there, and he tells you that if you step through here, you'll be magically outside the front of his tower.
I walk up to the light and I stick my hand through.
It does not kill you or burn off. You see your hand go into the light.
I slowly step more and more of my body into the light to see what percentage of my body has to be in it before it teleports.
When you poke your eyes through, you can see that you're right outside of his tower.
I walk through it, I guess.
Okay. You pop outside of his tower, and you look up on the balcony, and he actually steps out onto the balcony, and he waves at you and says, "Goodbye, have a fun time." And the Morenoloth is waiting there with the boat for you guys to get in. And
I climb in the boat.
Scree, are you still sitting in his office? You notice that Mordenkainen is no longer sitting there. He has walked out to his balcony, and you're sitting in his office alone. And Rothine is glaring at you.
And wait for my party after I
Right.
climb in the boat, of course.
And,
Uh-oh.
You know,
Oh, yeah, Scree's
every-
on. Scree,
a
you're here.
drink.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Zoe.
My microphone.
Oh,
Didn't everyone else get a drink? I'm just saying.
No, I already said that I stepped out through the portal with
okay.
Rexlor.
They were muted. Okay,
All
cool.
right, I come out.
Okay, and you see the white light door winks closed, and you're outside the front, and Raxlor is heading over to get in the boat. And then you hear a scream, and anyone who looks up at Mordenkainen sees
Yep.
sees him screaming because there's a surprise that happens. But first, I got to move all your characters.
Oh, we're in tabletop?
Oh, yeah. So everyone go into table plop and go into the Avernus scene. And I have the camera set up. Yeah. Sweet.
So he's just screaming? I wanna, run back through the portal.
No, the portal's gone, and he...
Oh.
Hold on. He's here. One sec. Ta-da. There's Mordenkainen.
I can fly 2 of us.
Oh, wow.
Hold on just a second. Ah, okay. Now, can I do, like, lock to grid? How do I make it lock to the grid? I guess we don't need to. And, yeah. There. Make that full screen. Okay. So, here, I'm going to kind of... We're going to... The map itself does not have a grid, so I'm using the overlay. But it's not locking in, and I don't want to mess with the settings. So let me know when you guys are in table plop when everyone's good.
I'm already in.
Okay, and you see 2 giant green gargoyles appear out of nowhere and attack Mordenkainen.
Oh.
Holy shit!
And now I need to roll some dice.
I reach up my hands and I go, oh no! Oh! Mordenkainen.
Okay, so the first guy... I should just... You know what I should... Oh, wait, this is my... Okay, let me switch resources. Give me just a moment. I didn't pull everything up in advance, so I just need to pull up some stat blocks. There's Mordenkainen. Nikoloth. Guess what? You recognize the Nikoloths, and it's the man and woman that were sus.
Okay.
You do not see their Canoloth, but it is definitely them.
What was
That
their name?
is
Like Harold and
sus.
something?
Oh, I did say... I don't remember.
I say, oh, hey guys! It was like the name of the guy from My Wife and... No, what's that movie? Peggy and Al or something.
Well...
That's who it was supposed to
God
be. but I
damn,
don't
you're
remember.
young.
Hold on, I'll tell you their names. Let's see. Damon's Schral and Torgrazak.
Yeah.
God, stupid names. But not Dareth. It's not him. Okay, so let's see. One of them rolled a 13 with advantage because it was it's a surprise round, by the way, and then you guys are going to roll initiative. So let's see. Multi-attack. So it's going to make 2 attacks with its great axe plus 9 to hit, so that's a 21. So that hits. So that's 1 attack that hit, and then it makes another attack. And that's 12 plus 9, so that's 21. So that's 2 that hits. And then the other guy swings his axe, 19, that hits. And 1 more, and that also hits. Yeah, Mordenkainen only has 15 AC if he casts Mage Armor. If he has Mage Armor. Okay, so that's 4 attacks, and it's 2d12 plus 5 for each attacks. So that is d12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think, right? And then plus 5 for each hit, and that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 plus all the damage they rolled. Okay. Mordenkainen is still alive, but just barely. And he looks incredibly damaged, and hope that he gets a good initiative roll. Everyone roll initiative. Mordenkainen is... Oh, he rolled a 10. How appropriate. And he gets
King of averages.
Yep. Yeah, a balance, right? And he gets a +2, so he's at 12.
Decide if killing them or fighting back is good or evil first, because if it's one or the other, you wouldn't want to do it. Oh.
Right?
This is what we call karma. And a good lesson.
I rolled a 17.
I'm sorry.
Are
we rolling for initiative? Because I may have missed that.
Yes. Go ahead and roll initiative. And you can either roll it yourself or just tell me and I'll put it in manually. I'm rolling for the Nikolots now. They rolled an 11. Oh, no. What's their bonus? +0. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Mordenkainen goes before the Nikolots. That's such great news. Okay, Scree, what is your result?
17.
17. Okay, I'm adding Raxlor to initiative. And what's your result, Raxlor?
16.
16. Oh, nice. Oh, the party goes first. Zoe, what's your initiative?
9.
Well,
it's okay. You guys go first. So he's like the cleanup. He goes last and gets to make the decision based on what the monsters did.
True.
Okay, start tracking. Oh, I should go. I should definitely have music on for this. So give me just a minute to do that. So you can see the order and table plop. They've improved the initiative. I'm actually really happy with this. It looks awesome. So it's going to be Scree, Raxlor, then Mordenkainen, then the Nikolots go, and then Zoe. And Mordenkainen looks incredibly wounded. And go ahead and think about what you're going to do, and give me just a second to put on some music.
Seems like a little bit of a bitch if he's that badly hurt by 2 Nikolots.
He can move towers around and like explore the multiverse. I figure at this point he'd be a little tougher than that, but you know,
Literally.
They did more than 70 damage to him.
Well, yeah, but
oh yeah, well, his armor class is 15. I mean, kind of fucking noob has armor class of 15.
I mean, he comes here to deal with these things, and he doesn't expect that to happen. He doesn't have the right spells prepared to stop something like that. I mean,
well, maybe he can only prepare spells at once at the start of each day, so maybe he still has bad spells prepared for travel purposes, and he didn't have time. Maybe he should start a new rule where after he lands his tower, he waits a full day before engaging with anyone. You know, exactly. I mean, but I'm not a smart wizard like he is.
Good point. And I need to tell you their height. So they are actually... Uh-oh, where's my... Oh, sorry. I used the wrong window. Okay, so they are 120 feet above you in the air. And so the X and Y axis we can see on the map, but then their height is also 120 feet. Oh, I should type that in somewhere. Ah, crap. Give me 1 sec. I should also write down their HP. And not just be a jerk. Nikolot A. This is the prep I used to do in advance. Back when I remembered how to do battles. It's been a while. Also, this music's really loud, man. Okay, Scree, hold on, let me just type in 120 feet. You know they're gonna fly down anyway. Okay, Scree, you get to go. You have the first initiative. You see Mordenkainen being killed by these Nikolots. What do you do? I think you're on mute.
Again? Seriously?
We can't even
Anyways.
see. It's not software mute.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna try to attack one of them with my magic longbow. I can't cast Hunter's Mark, fortunately, because it's out of range, but I can do that. And
Oh crap, that's right. You said they're 120 feet in the air, didn't you?
yeah.
Yep. Okay, so sorry, what did you use?
Magic longbow.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Alright. $11 to hit. Oof.
That misses. You have anything else you're activating? Any other abilities or anything?
Yes, give me a second. Sorry. Sorry, I was checking the range for one of my other spells, which is also 90 feet. This is, quite annoying, but hold on.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be down right next to you guys soon enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine.
Well, I'm gonna try to... I have an extra attack still,
Yeah.
but I'm also looking for...
I just know it's been a while since battle, so I just wanted to make sure you had time to check and activate anything you wanted to activate. But yeah, the
Yeah,
range
that's what I was
is a
checking for.
problem. For now.
The range, yeah, for now.
Hey.
Anyways.
Random question. Oh no, sorry. I'll wait till my turn.
Oh. Okay.
By the way, the Morenoloth in the boat is just kind of watching. He doesn't seem too concerned. In fact, he looks at his watch.
Oh my gosh. And that's a 12 to hit on the second one. Wow. Rip.
Bummer. Okay, so you fire 2 arrows up into the sky, but it's so high, and you squint into the non-existent sun, and both of your arrows whiff past their targets. And now it is Raxlor's turn. Oh, do you move? If you can move if you want. By the way, sorry, I didn't mean to jump too far.
Oh well, I'm gonna move back a little bit, just so I can, like, not get, if they fly down, that they do not get too close to me.
Awesome. Okay, now it is Zoe's turn. I mean, Raxlor's turn.
I was like, whoa, it's not Zoe's turn.
I'm not ready
yet.
yet. I'm not ready.
No, that's fine. It can be Zoe's turn. Skip the Nikoloth too.
No.
Oh, surprise round. They surprised us. It's our round.
So
Bad
question,
joke.
and it's not relevant at the moment, but I am curious. If I cast a spiritual weapon up on the shelf, and then I have it walk off the edge, will it fall down? It doesn't take damage. It's not alive, but will it fall, or will it be floating in the air?
Don't you use an action to move it? I think it'd be floating in the air.
Yes, but so does that mean that I could technically cast it in the air? If it floats in the air when it steps off a cliff, then that means it has the ability to move through the air, which means that I could command it to walk straight up, right?
What does the spell text say?
It doesn't say anything about any of that.
Fine, I'll just go read it. I'll go read it and then pretend like I'm thinking, and then just make it up.
It says...
And then flip a coin.
You create a floating weapon within range.
And you can move the weapon up to 20 feet on when you use it.
I would say Z axis works. I would say that you could move it up and down. If you want to cast it in the sky and have it float there and attack stuff in the sky, I would say you can do that.
Okay, was just curious because that's probably not going to happen right now, but because it's only 60 feet. But good to know how that works. Okay. I don't have anything I can do. Hold on one sec. Let me look at my things and see what I got. Guiding bolt, I guess, but like, I don't even know if that's what's the range on guiding bolt. I'm not preparing it. The guiding bolt's 120 feet, so I'd have to be like directly beneath. No, because how are we doing like angles? Is it just
we're ignoring them.
whichever distance is the furthest?
Yes.
Pythagoras does not exist in Avernus.
He
even though
does
he's
not.
fantasy.
That's yeah. So I could just cast a guiding bolt because they were thin, but that's kind of lame. Just make sure there's nothing else I can do. I guess I can do a Spirit Guardians. Do we think they're gonna? Does it look like they're wanting to attack us now that we're attacking them?
Right now they're both focused on killing Mordenkainen.
I mean, I don't have any. Sorry, Mordenkainen, I don't have any way to save you. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Could you ready an action for when they get in range?
No, so the spell I'm gonna cast is an AoE ability that whenever they enter or start their turn within 15 feet of me, they take a bunch of damage.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of like readying an action without actually readying it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't have a way to save Mordenkainen, so I guess I'm gonna do this and then hope that he can somehow survive or get down to us. So I cast Spirit Guardians, and I designate my party, the Morenoloth, Mordenkainen, all the good creatures that I see, I designate as allies who are unaffected by it.
You're really stretching the meaning of the word good at that point.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, all the good creatures, the Morenoloth, Mordenkainen, my party.
Okay, the
I
creatures-
see no good
Technically,
creatures.
good and evil is subjective, not objective. So
Yeah, exactly. The creatures who I would not want to cause harm to. Basically, just those two things. Everything.
and
Anyone
his
who I can
invisible creature,
see. What?
and his invisible pet.
You have to be able to see them to designate them. So
Oh,
any
my bad.
visible creatures who I currently would see as an ally are excluded from this damage. Every other creature,
Can you ping the square you want it to be in?
me. It's around me.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll just go like this.
Yeah, any creature within three squares of me, and I make sure to stand. I tell the party. I say,
Oh, within
I say-
3 squares?
15
Uh,
feet from me. No, wait. 15-foot radius.
Yeah,
They
this
flit
is radius.
around you to a distance of 15 feet. What?
Yeah, this
Hold
is
on.
radius, right?
Radius, right? That's the half one. Yeah, so 15 feet in every direction from me. And I tell my party, I say, gather around, my children. The spirits shall protect us from these monsters.
Children? Who says we're your children, man?
We are all children of
Daddy.
nature.
I'm gonna call you
No.
Daddy. Come on.
And I step closer to Scree, since Scree is already moved. And I
Really
motion
seems
for
very
Zoe to
uncomfortable.
come towards me so that we're all within this radius thing. And I say, come and let the spirits protect us. Or, stand over there and get mauled in the face by the Nicolas. It's whatever. I mean, it's going to happen anyway, but that's my turn.
Okay.
Did he ever give us our spell slots back?
Give you what back?
Our spell slots?
Oh, when you had your magical.
Yeah, we had a short rest, didn't we?
Okay.
When you had you all have a short rest, and you have your spell slots recovered, and that happened when you had his magical feast.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have 2 spell slots now.
Isn't there?
Nice.
There's actually like it's called Hero's Feast.
Like
It
Oh,
takes
yeah.
1 hour
like
to
the Piper Perry meme.
You bring there's a 6th level conjuration spell, Hero's Feast. You bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of that time. And it heal up your spell slots. And which is not what this actual spell does, but that's not what you get. You get what I
Modified
said.
Heroes Feast.
Yeah, it's similar to that spell. It's actually just like a super heal and kind of like a disease poison buff thing. But what you actually got was your spell slots back.
That's fine with me.
Nice.
Yep, and so you guys are ready to go, and now it's Mordenkainen's turn, and he's like gasping and choking, and he goes, "Foul beast, back to Gehenna with you!" And he casts banishments on one of them. And I don't know what I'm rolling. I think it's a saving throw.
I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
I think you're rolling dice.
Preferably.
Wait, what am I? Okay. So Mordenkainen's spell save DC is 17. And what kind of saving throw is this? I think it's charisma. Oh wow, this thing has pop-ups for the spells too. 5e.tools is so amazing. Oh my god.
You're gonna get shut down, I'm sure.
Yeah, they are. What am I looking for?
Banishment, spell save DC type. I think it's wisdom.
Charisma.
It is weird.
And they have a +2. And he rolled. Doesn't even matter because he rolled a 6. So Nikoloth Q. Can I? Hold on. Won't let me. Stupid table plop. Get. Aha. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sure. There, and he is now disappeared. That's the status I put on him. Here, I'll hide so it's not confusing. So one entire Nikoloth pops out of existence. And, yep, and it sounds just like that, and it totally, entirely disappears.
Which one, the guy or the girl?
The guy disappears.
Oh,
and
thank goodness.
And the girl screams, and she goes, "No, my hubby! Ah, die, you stupid wizard!" And she slashes her battle axe at him. And, oh, did it miss? Wow, a 6 + 9? Oh, that's 15. That's his armor class. Oh, wow. Wow, even a 6 hits. Okay, so let's see. Rolls 2. And that's going to be... Oh, wait, D12. 2d12 + 5. 20 damage. And
he's gonna make a DC 10 concentration save.
And that's
DC 12 concentration save on the banishment.
Who?
Mordenkainen? He's concentrating on banishment, isn't he?
They have to concentrate?
Yeah, concentrate for a minute. If you lose concentration, it pops back where it was.
God, doesn't it suck having a good DM that's one of your players sometimes?
If the target is native,
you.
if the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends 1 minute before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left. Oh yeah, you're right. Otherwise, the target doesn't return. You're right. So if he stops concentrating on the spell, then that means that the Nikoloth is going to pop back into existence. By the way, these guys are CR very high, and two of them is definitely, one of them is deadly to you. 2 of them is super deadly. But thanks for reminding me about the saving throw for Constitution. And you do not see anything pop back into existence. But what you do... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, good.
But what you do see is as that axe blow strikes into Mordenkainen, it cleaves his midsection in 2, and as it does, he lets out a scream of agony, and his body turns into snow and crumbles to the ground.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
And then the tower itself forms a giant mouth on the side of it and starts laughing and says, "Ha ha ha! Foolish Yugoloths! You think you could ever kill me, the great Mordenkainen? That was merely my simulacrum! Bye, bitches, I'm outie!" And then the entire tower disappears with a popping sound. And now one Nikoloth is floating in the air and looking around very confused, and the fluff of snow floats to the ground, and it melts in the air and turns into fizzling rain as it lands on the ground. And the Nikoloth looks around and says, "What? No! No, I failed my master! No! I was supposed to kill Mordenkainen!" And then he looks down and says, "You!" And, she teleports 60 feet toward you guys, down, and then uses her remaining 60 feet movement speed to run right next to you guys. So she's now floating 5 feet off the ground within melee range of you guys. And
okay, does she take damage from my spell?
Probably. How does it work? If is it walking through it, or is it being inside of it?
When it enters the area, it must make a wisdom saving throw, and on a fail, it takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Awesome. So enters. So it's only one time, or is it every turn?
Or starts their turn there.
Starts their turn. Got it. Okay. So what's the DC?
DC is a wisdom saving throw, and it is DC. Where did I put it on the sheet? Hold on. 15 wisdom save.
Awesome. Roll damage. It fails the save.
Right. What did I say? 3d8. D3d8 total damage is 10 radiant damage.
All right, 10 damage. Oh, stupid numlock. All right, so yeah, she gets burned with radiant damage, and she is now within 5 feet of you, melee range. She's floating 5 feet off the ground, but she is within melee range of both of you guys. So like opportunity attack range.
All right.
And that is her turn. So she did an attack and a teleport and a movement, and now she's out of actions. All right, and next is Zoe. Having witnessed this entire series of events, what do you do?
Gee, I wonder. Maybe I should cast Hex?
All right, so you cast Hex
Cast Hex.
on Rizak.
Is she in melee range of all of us?
Not Scree.
Okay.
Well, unless her reach is... No, her reach is 5 feet with the axe. Wait. Yeah, 5 feet with the axe.
I was just wondering, because I know it's just weird because it's like it's diagonal from Zoe, but also 5 feet in the air, so I wasn't sure if that was melee range. Make sure you move out of melee range if you're going to cast a ranged spell, Zoe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be disadvantaged on them.
Okay, I would like to move and take a couple steps backward.
I mean, that might not be the best thing. It's going to whack you in the face.
Yeah, you'd have to like do some kind of teleport, because it gets an opportunity attack when you leave its melee range. Or you could do a different spell. Zoe, you have 7 minutes left on Fly. Because even though you were in the tower for what seems like over an hour, that rhymes, poet didn't know it. Even though it seems like a long time, when you come out here, you can tell that only about 3 minutes have passed since you cast the original Fly spell. So basically, time has basically been frozen while you were in the tower. So you have 7 minutes. So you have 60 feet of fly speed. So although you originally did that to avoid the boat, it turns out to be an incredibly huge benefit, as you now have full spell slots and you have fly. So that's like a really good thing that happened.
I can't remember this. Flying away trigger an opportunity attack still too?
It still does, but that's very useful that you can actually get into the air with this thing if you need to. Don't you have some kind of teleport? Thought you had some ability.
I thought I did. I thought I had Misty Step or Phase Step, but I can't find it.
I think the one that you have is when you get attacked, you can use it to try and teleport away. But I don't remember the exact details of how that works.
I don't see.
But you can't just cast it at will. You have to be attacked first, unless you also have, Dimension Door.
No, I don't. I don't have that.
You do have Dimension Door. Pretty sure.
No, I don't.
Did you end up taking Fly instead, maybe?
I thought Dimension Door came after Fly.
So did I.
But I don't know. I'm not tracking spells.
I took something instead. I don't remember what now. I know we debated on it and thought about it for a while, but I ended up taking something else. I don't remember what it was, though.
Well, so if you cast Eldritch Blast as your staple ranged attack, but when you're in melee range, you get disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Oh, you have Vampiric Touch according to your sheet. Use that.
Yeah, I can't remember what Vampiric Touch does.
Well, it's a spell that you have, so do something with it.
Yes.
It's a good spell.
You have a
Go
minute,
look it
so
up.
I'm going to AFK for just a minute, so you can take the time to go look it up and decide how you're going to use it, and if you're going to use that spell. So give me just a minute.
I keep forgetting to copy my spell text down to my sheet. That's part of my problem. Yeah, that would be a good one. That's a very good one.
Oh, the only thing is that if you casted, if you haven't necessarily done it yet, but if you cast Hex, Hex is a bonus action, so you couldn't then also cast Vampiric Touch. But
Yeah, I'd have to cast it instead. But I
Yeah.
can keep making other attacks with
But
it
if
for the
it's-
next minute, which is 10 rounds. So.
oh wait, were you still concentrating on Hex from before? If you had casted it, have we? We haven't had a
I don't
combat.
have hex. Yeah, it's been way more than an hour. So,
Yeah,
no, I don't.
dang.
Or 8 hours. We haven't done combat in a long time.
Yeah, not since our last long rest at least. So, but yeah, you can cast Hex, and then I mean you can cast Eldritch Blast at disadvantage. That's not a huge deal. And then it would be Hex, and then next turn it's got a lot of HP. Next turn you can cast Vampiric Touch, since you're still in melee range of it. And if it flies away from you, then you're safe. But I would just go ahead and do Hex Eldritch Blast at disadvantage for now, and that way you've got your Hex on it. That's the most important thing.
But I can also always just cast Hex on it when I'm ready to do my Eldritch Blast in the future. I'm just going to do Vampiric Touch for now. Because as long as it's in range, I can just keep melee hitting it with spell attack.
Yeah. Depends on where it is. If it decides to fly up and you need to Eldritch Blast it, you can.
Then
But
I can do that.
if it seems like it's going to be a slugfest, then yeah, Vampiric Touch is probably a better one to have up. But if you can somehow get away from it, that's optimal. I think if you can somehow escape its reach, you don't really want to be right next to it anyway, but right now you're kind of stuck. So you might as well make the most of it, but if you're
Plus,
able to
I'll be
later, then
cycling. Yeah.
Okay, I am back. Did you guys decide? Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to use Vampiric Touch.
all right. So is that a saving throw or a spell attack?
Spell attack.
Okay, make an attack roll against the Nikoloth. So Zoe reaches out her hand as shadows spin around the hand.
great description.
Shadow wreathed hand. Zoe stretches out her hand, wreathed in shadows, towards the Nikoloth, and make your attack roll. Make a
Working on
melee
it.
spell attack against the Nikoloth. Spell attack is your proficiency plus charisma, by the way.
That's what I
Proficiency.
was trying to look up. I can't remember.
Be the same as all your other spells. Same as Eldritch Blast.
Yep. Yes, actually, same
Okay.
as Eldritch Blast.
14.
14 does not hit. So you reach out your hand, and the Nikoloth dodges its shoulder out of the way, pulls its shoulder back as you try to touch it, and it looks at you and says, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
We're killing you is what we're doing.
Well, don't get
Thank you
grabby.
for answering that.
You don't have to get grabby. You don't have to get handsy. And she flips her Karen hair.
That's my turn.
Okay, Scree, now it's to you.
I would like to cast Hunter's Mark on the Nikoloth.
Okay, you begin concentrating on Hunter's Mark using your bonus action, and the Nikoloth is
Yes.
now marked.
Awesome, that's an extra 1d6 when I attack it, and that's what I'm gonna do.
All right,
Pretty sure-
make an attack roll. You ready your bow and fire an arrow at the Nikoloth from 10 feet away. The Sky Demon, they're also called Sky Demons. They're the aerial assault of the devilish army. Sky
17
Devils.
to hit.
Sky Devils, sorry. 17? Oh, I have to go check that one. I have to check.
God, you have to check.
Missed.
What?
17
Oh, shit.
misses the Nikoloth. CR9, by the way. CR9. Yes, 17 is a miss. You got to make your second attack roll.
Yes.
Jake's reaction when I said 17 was a miss. What?
Well, my reaction was the fact that you had to even check it.
I
The fact that it's a miss is worse. I didn't react to the fact that it was a miss.
I actually knew it was not a miss. I was just being dramatic. I remembered it was 18.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, that would be a 22 to hit.
And that hits. So your arrow fires, and this one lands right in the Nikoloth's bicep. And she screams in pain as she takes how much damage?
Alright, let me roll.
Unfortunately, no planar warrior because you already used your bonus action for Hex, but you can use it next round.
You mean Hunter's Mark?
No, planar warrior.
Oh, yeah.
You mean Hunter's Mark, not Hex.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
yeah,
what I was
sorry,
trying to-
sorry. It's the same spell.
Basically.
Well, anyway. 9 damage.
And that is a magic bow. So
Yes,
so-
with +2.
So it takes full damage, and that's 9 total.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Now it is. Oh, it would be Mordenkainen's turn. Why is he still on here? Remove from initiative. He dead. Oh yeah.
Dead.
So he didn't have to make a Constitution save because it was actually the real Mordenkainen that was casting the spell.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he was able to do that. Yeah, don't you love that? Like he collapses in the snow, and you're like, oh, god damn it! This whole time it wasn't even the real Mordenkainen.
I mean, it kind of was.
He's around. Like, he obviously
Yeah.
knows what's going on. Oh, that's why he needed the scrying. You know, okay, I forgot to describe that, but you submitted to a scrying spell. Well, you guys don't have See Invisible anyway, but there is a baseball-sized orb of light following you around, which allowed Mordenkainen to see and hear everything that you did from whatever location he was at. So you were talking to his simulacrum, but also the real him could see and hear you from his location. Which, you,
Mhm.
Oh, he's gone. Do you want to know where he was?
Who?
Mordenkainen.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He was the crazy guy in the
Inside his
cage.
tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was him. That was the real him. He was pretending to be crazy, and that's why he's like the last thing you pass before you go up to him. So he's like, oh, they're about to pass by. So you were not speaking to the real Mordenkainen. You were speaking to his simulacrum. The real Mordenkainen was one floor below in a cage pretending to be trapped. So
That's
if
cool.
you guys had decided to divert and go and like talk to him and be like, oh, why are you here? And like freed him, it could have been like a whole, I'm glad you didn't because I wasn't prepared for that. But yeah, that's, the world is alive. So that was actually him doing that. Ha ha ha! You killed my simulacrum, and it was crazy old man. In fact, you see him appear on the balcony. He runs out and he's like giving them both the finger, like Rick. Like Rick and Rick and Morty. He's like, fuck you
Literally.
guys, and then poof, and he just pops away. Yeah, because remember, you're like, how is he dying to Nikoloths? He's like, he's like this great wizard. So a simulacrum has half the hit points of the person who created it, and he's already only an archmage. I mean, you can make Gordon Kane whatever, but basically archmage, which is like 100 hit points. So, yeah, actually that was, I could have just had him kill him, but I decided to roll the dice and make it real. And it was. And now it's your turn, Raxlor.
Okay. I will cast a spiritual weapon, which is not concentration, so I can cast that and my other thing at the same time.
Oh, what's your other thing? I thought it was spiritual weapon.
No, it's Spirit Guardians.
Oh, those are different things. Okay.
Yeah, that's just an AoE. Spiritual weapon is an actual weapon that appears. So a ghostly mace appears directly above the Nikoloth and spins in a circle as if it was being swung at it from an invisible entity. And that is probably not a hit. Where's my stats? Spell attack. Oh, and it might be a hit, actually.
So do you have these ghostly figures surrounding you that are constantly spinning their weapons?
I have ghostly phase spirits spinning around me 15 feet, and they harm anyone who comes within using radiant damage. There is also a large mace-sized mace directly in the air above the Nikoloth, which swings for a 20 versus AC.
Oh, 20 hits. Roll damage.
Okay, and it deals... crap. That plus that. A total of 6 damage.
Oof.
And then I will swing at it with my own mace. That is hold on. Okay, 3 plus 8 for Heaven's Fall, and I will use a Channel Divinity Guided Strike to gain a test plus 10 to the roll. So that is also a 20.
All right, that hits. By the way, his armor class is 18 natural armor.
Yeah, you said 18 before when it was the 17.
I didn't know I said it. Okay, well, it's 18.
And that is 1d8. Oh, actually, let me ask this first. Is it a fiend or an undead?
It is a fiend.
All right, so it is also taking 1d4 bonus radiant damage. So it will take 1d8 plus 1d4.
This is after the 6?
Yes, the 6 was from Spiritual Weapon. This is now my action.
Cool.
And it will take a total of, let's see, that amount plus that amount, 11 total damage. And part of it's radiant, if that matters.
How much damage, sorry?
11 total damage from that second attack.
All right, so the second attack, what's the attack? Describe the hit.
I swing my mace at him. I swing Heaven's Fall down as it glows with the bright light.
And you call on the power of your god to turn a miss into a hit, I think.
Yeah, that.
Crack! Ow! That hurt like a bitch, you little pissant! My turn now!
Bitch.
What's the damage that he's going to take on the start of her turn?
Oh, that will be 3d8. Roll that.
I'm disappointed she hasn't yelled to speak to our manager yet.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Well, she says that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and my spirit guardians flash with a bright light and deal 22 radiant damage.
Yeah, so she says, I want to speak to your manager, and you go, they're right here.
I'm the manager.
I'm the manager.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 and 2 7s. That was too short of max damage on the spirit. On this
22, very nice. You see this. You see as she takes the damage, gashes split her flesh open and blood splatters out, and she looks hurt pretty bad. And it's not blood; it's ichor. But whatever. Is that it? Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay, and now it's her turn. She goes, "Oh, get ready for the pain." Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I know the CEO.
Okay, so this is an action, right? Yeah, okay. So I guess this is just an action. So she says, "I'm going to get my husband," and she goes, "Shrall, get your ass back here right now and help me." And now I'm going to roll a 50-50. If it's 1 to 10, it fails. If it's 11 to 20, then her husband comes back.
Uh-oh.
18. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! That's, oh man. 50% chance to summon another oh man.
Of the same level?
Let me make sure I got this right. Yeah. A Nikoloth has a 50% chance of summoning 1d4 Mesoloths or 1 Nikoloth. So a Nikoloth can summon another Nikoloth. A summoned Yugoloth appears in an unoccupied space within 60 feet of its summoner, does as it pleases, and can't summon other Yugoloths.
Okay,
So,
okay.
No, because that's
That
stupid.
was what I was
They can't. They can't chain forever.
Chain.
And it only lasts for 1 minute until if its summoner dies early.
Okay,
Or
so
if
kill
it's
this one.
dismissed. If you kill this one, then he will disappear. Or 1 minute after, but that's like 10 rounds, so you don't want to do that. And he's going to appear right here. And I'm going to put him 60 feet in the air. Hold on, I need my spreadsheet.
Oh, does he take Spiritual Guardian damage?
Yep. So what's that?
He will take 16. So he pops back into existence, he goes, "Ha-ha!" And then the Spirit Guardians go...
And he screams, "Ow!" And he goes, "Why did you call me back? I was watching the football game and having a beer. I was quite comfortable."
Oh, so that part wasn't a ruse. That wasn't a joke. That's just their personality. They weren't like playing it up. They're making characters. That's just who they are.
Yeah, looks like. Oh shoot, that means he has to go now. Okay, so she took her turn, used her action to summon him, but now he gets to go. And
Are you just putting him at the same initiative then?
Oh yeah. I always do same creatures are all on the same initiative. Yeah, there's no summoning sickness. It's not Magic the Gathering, so although they are owned by the same company. So he's gonna go, fine, get over here, you little pissant, and he swings his axe at Zoe. Oh man, this could be bad. Okay, so roll, and this is with a +9 to hit, and that's gonna be 17 plus 9, so 26.
Miss. I don't like getting hit.
There's probably a combination of spells that could make it miss, but it hits with 26. So you take 2. Wait, hold on.
I cast Tomb of Levistus.
Is that a reaction?
Yep.
Okay, what does it say? What's the? Can you read that?
Invocation. As a reaction, when
Okay.
you take damage, you entomb yourself in ice, which melts away at the end of your next turn. I gain 10 temporary hit points per warlock level, which take as much of the triggering damage as possible immediately. Immediately after you take the damage, you gain vulnerability to fire damage. My speed is reduced to 0, and I am incapacitated.
Nice.
These
Okay.
effects, including any remaining temporary hit points, all end when the ice melts. And I can't use it again until I finish a short or a long rest.
Okay, so it's in effect now, and next turn you can't move, but you still have that buff. But at the end of your turn, it wears off, and then you can move again. So it gives you how much total temporary hit
70.
points? 70. Nice. Okay, so write down, make a note of your 70 temporary hit points.
And you took that damage. The damage you took comes out of that 70.
Yes, it comes out of it first.
Great, which I have not rolled yet, but when I do, make sure that you deduct that damage from the 70 before it even touches your regular hit points. So you see this great axe coming down towards your face, and you let out an eep as you summon the ice devil. The magic of the ice devil is Levistus, and you entomb yourself in a block of ice. And the axe cleaves into the ice. Do you want to add anything?
I just wanted to double check because it's an invocation. It didn't say anything about spell slot, but the other ones all say that it does.
That's how wizards. That's what warlocks do. Is they just have invocations that just do things. You can only use that ability once per short rest, though.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to double check.
Once per short rest. Wow.
Yep.
Basically, once a battle.
Sure.
Yep. Okay, so it's going to do 2d12 plus 5 slashing damage for a total of 22 damage. So deduct that from your 70.
It is deducted.
All right. It gets mad that you put up those defenses. Hold on.
I bet it did.
He's got this other attack. I got to read it.
You notice how quick I was and ready to use that, right?
Yeah.
It's because when I picked that spell, I noted ice block, like the wizard.
Exactly what it is.
Spell from World of Warcraft, and I remembered very specifically. I picked an ice block spell. I just had to scan my page for it real fast.
Okay, he's just gonna swing his axe again. For now.
At Zoe?
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to add that as I go into the ice block, I hold up my middle finger, so I'm frozen with that.
Well, I think that was a given.
Both of them. Yeah, well, yeah.
We all imagined that.
Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
All right, so the second axe swing doesn't even hit you.
And 17 doesn't hit you?
I have 18 AC. I've got
damn.
2 bracers and
yeah. By 1, wow. Those bracers just saved your life.
No, they saved my ice block. Next round, they would have saved my life.
Karen yells at him, "Can't you do anything right?" And now that was his turn. And he's not going to move. He's just going to stay here for now. Zoe, your turn.
Okay, now to make sure I understand this, can I actually do anything while I'm in ice block?
You're incapacitated with 0 movement speed until the end of this turn.
Wanted to make sure. So, my turn. Let me see. I think some funny thoughts, and then my turn's over with.
Yeah, an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. So you can't move, can't take an action. So basically, it's kind of like give up your turn, but you totally absorb that damage. So
that's not.
So the ice melts, and as the ice melts, you're still like doing your dance and doing your shoving your middle fingers up, and you're like ha 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 ha, and then you realize you're not frozen anymore. And how do you react to that realization?
I just let out a little fuck and kind of lower my head as I look down.
All right, and that was your turn, and Scree, now it's to you.
I am going to shoot at the Karen.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Cool.
You're like hiding behind Raxlor, like shooting like over his shoulders and between his legs.
That's goal.
How much?
Oh, well, technically the creature's flying, so Scree can like aim up at it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I guess he's also 5 feet off the ground.
Oh my god.
Tater.
No.
Oh.
Just bad rolls. 7 total.
Oh. 7. Oh no. All right, make your extra attack.
All right.
Oh, you got it. You got to hit these guys. You got the bad luck on the second one being summoned.
And another 7.
Oh god.
All right.
I'm a little bit cursed right now.
Your 2 arrows whiff by. Raxlor, or are you going to stay there, or do you want to move at all? Probably not a bad place to be, but just asking.
So this is one of those rare times in D&D when it really is best to flee.
Well, you can try, but they have 60 feet of flying. If you can get to your vehicles, you can outrun them, but your vehicles are quite far away.
What a coincidence. I have 60 feet of fly.
Yeah, you do. If you took off right now, you could make it back to the vehicles, and they could not catch up to you. If you're, both dashing. Unless
I know
they...
what I'm doing
adventure
next
alone.
turn. I'm going to come back with those vehicles, too.
Oh, cool. They have spells. Okay.
Oh, joy.
I like the axe, though. Oh, yeah. So, sorry. So, Scree, your turn's over. Raxlor, to you.
That's
Alright.
so sad.
So let's go ahead and start with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. Tell me the damage.
The roll to hit is, man.
Oh, the spiritual... Wait. The spirit guardians are first, right?
Spirit
Oh, no,
guardians
that's
on
on their
their
turn. I'm so sorry. Okay, so spiritual weapon. Go ahead.
Spiritual weapon is going to be a miss. That was a 16.
So and what kind of weapon is it? What's it look like?
A mace.
The mace,
It's a big floating mace.
the ghostly mace swings through the air and misses the Nikoloth.
And rolling for my main attack, I swing my mace at it. Ah, fuck. Less than the last one. Where this is just great. I love dying from good DM rolls and failed player rolls.
Sorry.
And my turn.
You might not die. Oh, that was
I say to the creature, I say,
Hi everyone, Mark Barden here.
so much for loyalty. It looks like we'll just have to kill you ourselves and yeah, I don't know. Some devastating insult.
She reels from your insult. How dare you! I'll eat your skin. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, I do. That's why we're gonna kill you, because you're...
She has
Dumb.
dangly earrings, too. You can't really trust the difficulty rankings. Like, you guys can probably kill these. I mean, at this level, it's so iffy. Don't you have, like, banishment or something? You probably have, don't you have a scroll of banishment?
Nope.
Oh, well.
Used it up.
Okay, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay,
Yeah.
so she goes, now time to get some revenge! And, yeah, I think she's gonna attack Raxlor, because she's mad, at you, because she's a Karen. So, what's she gonna use? She holds up one of her clawed hands and spits on her claws and then slashes them at you.
Yeah.
19. Does 19 hit?
It almost hits me, and then Valrog controls my shield arm to pull himself up between me and her and blocks the hit.
Nice. She curses and slashes again. And it is even lower this time, 16 to hit. And now it is her husband's turn, and he is going to attempt to grapple Zoe. So he reaches out, and Zoe...
Shouldn't have told you what I was doing next turn.
He tries to grab you, and that's a plus strength, so that's plus 5. That's a 7 total. So go ahead and make either a strength or a dexterity check.
A dexterity check.
Yeah. So he reaches his clawed hand towards you, trying to grab you as you try to dodge out of the way.
I got a 10.
And he got a 7, so you actually successfully dodge, and he brings his other claw and tries to slash you with it. And that's going to be 11, so that misses. And then it's your turn, Zoe. So he missed you, tried to grab you, tried to slash you. Now it's your turn.
This is gonna hurt, but I want to fly towards those freaking vehicles.
Please don't. What are you gonna do with the vehicles?
The amount of
Bring them back, and then we can all hop in them. And
You're hundreds of feet away, even if you use Dimensional Door, and also you guys are in the middle of a lake.
I was thinking we were a lot closer than that. My bad.
If
Never
all
mind.
3 of you could fly and weren't already in melee range, like if you ran as soon as you saw
we
them,
could keep out running.
yeah, if you were all already flying and you did that immediately and they didn't have any way to catch you, which they might.
Okay, my bad. I was thinking we were closer to the vehicles. Okay.
No, it's
In
good.
that
It's good
case-
thinking. It's definitely good to keep your options open and think creatively, especially in a battle that's definitely difficult. But you got lucky on the banishment, then you got unlucky on the summon, so you know, it can change really fast. I would definitely look at your items, look at your magic items, be ready to pull out all the stops, because in a situation like this, you definitely want to not leave any stone unturned. You guys listed a whole bunch of cool magic items. Remember that you have some scrolls, and you have well, I don't know. I guess that's it. Oh, you got your mandolin. You got your magical instrument.
It's a Hell Iron mandolin, but it's not magical. It doesn't have anything special.
Really, it's not a magical bardic instrument.
No, it was something that you created on the fly when I asked if there was any Hell Iron instruments. Because there's a bunch of other Hell Iron stuff. And you're like, yeah, sure, there's a Hell Iron mandolin.
Did you have anything to say,
What?
Zach or Jake?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
I think you're thinking of the Fuck Lutely and Bandle.
Yeah. We've had a lot of
Yeah.
different characters. Anyway, just giving you guys, giving you things to think about. Just letting you know, pull out all the stops.
I'm sorry, I don't take hints very well. In that case, I mean,
So you've still got Vampiric Touch going, and on your
Yeah.
turns you can repeat it as an action, which is not the same as casting a spell, which means
Yeah.
if you cast Hex, you can then use Vampiric Touch, which would also activate the Hex if it hits. It's just a suggestion. Since you casted that Vampiric Touch previously, it's still going.
oh man, I got so used to Hex and Eldritch Blast, I forgot that. Yeah, okay. In that case, then I am going to use Hex on Karen.
Okay, she is hexed, and then
I'm gonna make my spell attack.
all right,
For my vampiric. Yeah.
all right. Tell me that result.
God, mother of fucking low rolls.
Everyone's getting them.
Oh,
I haven't rolled above like. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, it's a heal too. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it'd be really sweet if it worked.
Oh, so you empower your hand. You're now concentrating, empowering your hand with necromancy.
Which means I can't cast Hex because it's a concentration.
Oh, Hex
If
concentration.
yeah,
Oof.
that was
Okay.
okay. Yeah, so no, I didn't
Okay,
do Hex.
that would be a cool combo. That sucks.
That would be a cool.
Yeah,
combo,
but Vampiric Touch is a ton of damage, and you can try it every turn,
Yes.
and it doesn't even use up your spell slot. I looked that up because I didn't believe you. That's freaking awesome. That turn,
Less damage,
for
Eldritch
10
Blast,
rounds.
Hex though.
If it lands,
Eh.
I can heal myself, do some massive damage.
yeah,
like
it's a
4
heal
d6.
too. It's probably gonna need it.
And it's the main thing is that it's a melee attack, and Eldritch Blast would all be a disadvantage, so it's worth it to use that instead of Eldritch Blast,
Yes,
just
in
for the
this
fact that we
situation.
need to hit. We haven't hit a single time.
You have a couple hit. Oh, and mostly your warding magic.
Yeah.
Thank
oh, well, no,
you,
okay, yeah.
Raxlor. That's the end of my turn. I sob. I weep just a little bit silently.
Okay, Scree, it's your turn.
okay. I am going to attack again
Remember that
with my bow.
remember-
Yes.
you have Ring of the Ram. You have your yellow elemental gem. You have your
I
green-
know. I'm looking at them as well.
Awesome.
But you didn't let me finish. I
Oh, yeah,
was
sorry.
going to use my elemental gem as well.
Oh
Hold
shit.
on, let me.
Ah, damn it. I don't have a token for that.
Oop. Let me pull that up real quick.
You're welcome to use that, and I'm not going to discourage you from using it, but he has already kind of described that she's bloodied, and once
One
we
of them
kill
is,
her,
yes.
the other one disappears.
That is true.
Okay.
So I'm not like he's like he's trying to be like, use all your magic items, use all your magic items. I disagree.
Like an
Don't trust
asshole.
me. I'm just the DM. I'm just making stuff happen. I just don't want you guys to feel like, oh no, now we're gonna die. There's nothing we can do. You don't.
It's mostly just the fact that we've gone 2 rounds and haven't rolled like more than 20% of our hits. So if we can just roll, if we can actually hit, our damage dealer has missed 4 times in a row. So nothing wrong with like that's not
Well,
against anyone.
okay.
It just stinks. So I don't know if I'd waste. We're like I haven't taken any damage. None of us have actually taken damage yet.
I did not know they were already bloodied.
Yeah.
In that case, I will just do normal magical bow attacks with Planar Warrior and Hunter's Mark.
All right, make your
That
first attack.
is 21 to hit. Nice.
Yeah, roll damage. And was that on Karen or Bob?
Karen,
Karen.
because they're also marked.
All right. Sorry, how much total damage?
That's gonna be a lot.
Let me add it up.
That's Planar Warrior plus your bonus plus your damage dice plus the Hunter's Mark dice.
Well, yeah, but 2 of the dice already rolled 1. Anyways, total is 10, actually.
Oh God.
I got
Oof.
a 6, 1, 1, and then the +2.
I would like to yell, Raxler, does your back hurt yet?
611. Are you including what is it again?
Planar Warrior,
That's a D8.
Hunter's Mark, and just my attack, and +2.
That's
It's
3 dice
magic.
plus the bonus. Just 2 of them were natural ones.
Wait, what about
Yeah.
isn't there a dex modifier in there?
Yeah, that's what made so it's not. What were your 3 dice rolls? 1, 1, and what?
1, 1, 6.
So yeah, that's 7 plus the dex, 10.
Okay, 10 damage. Okay, is that your turn?
No, I have an extra attack now?
Oh, that was your first one. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
Make your second attack. Yeah, I keep going.
18 to hit. Sorry, 18 to hit.
All right, roll that damage. That's the magic
Nice.
number. I keep going back and forth between being really worried that you guys are going to wipe and then going like, oh, no, they got this easy. I'm not sure where I'm landing.
I mean, we haven't taken any damage yet. It's just
14 damage total.
All right, she's still kicking, but that looks like it hurt.
Nice, okay, yeah. I'm feeling more confident now.
All right, and Raxlor, it's your turn.
I'm glad one of us is.
Mhm.
right. Spiritual weapon is going to deal. Okay, it's a 24 to hit. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay, and that is going to deal. What's my? Oh, I'm looking at Zoe's sheet. What's my wisdom? It's going to deal 8 bludgeoning damage with the spiritual weapon, and then I'm going to raise my own weapon and attack with it. And that will be a natural 20.
Nice!
All right, so hold on.
Okay.
Let me add this up because there's going to be some stuff. So
Thanks
It's
everyone for
Heaven's
playing
Fall.
tonight. I had a lot of fun. See you guys next week.
it's Heaven's
That you
Fall.
wish
So
your character logged into EverQuest now.
it's not a paladin yet. This is the moment that makes him realize he wants to be a paladin. Like I realized it, but he hasn't yet. He's like, wow, that would have been a really nice crit if I was a paladin. So it's 2d8 plus 2d4 because the radiant damage is also going to be doubled because that's part of the hit. So 2d8, 2d4 for a total of, in addition to the +5 I have, a total of 25 damage.
That's it.
And I
Wow.
believe that is it.
How?
That was my bonus action.
What? That was a melee attack, right?
Oh, you said that? No, that's it. As in, it's dead.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So my
Okay, fine.
spiritual weapon swings from the sky and crushes her in the back. And as that spiritual weapon's coming down, I swing my mace towards her face. And when I see that it's going to be a hit, she's distracted. I say, "Nice knowing ya."
And you crush your mace into her back, and she screams, and she says, "No, Bob, we failed Zerial!"
Ariel!
And
I
then
flip off Bob.
Bob says, "Don't worry, I'll avenge you!" And then he pops away. And he also says he'll remember your faces before he pops away. So he's gone.
Well, at least now he gets to go back to his football game.
Back in Gehenna. He
He
probably
couldn't have missed more than like what, one touchdown or 3 goaltends or whatever they're called.
Yeah, exactly. But when that football game is over, but she
You won't
is
have
not,
anybody to beat up on what?
she's not gone. She dies, and her corpse is now laying there.
Ooh.
I thought when and I say this out loud, I thought when a fiend dies, they go back to their home plane.
That's what I thought too.
Can I see why I think that might happen?
Oh, you're right. She disappears. Oof, she's gone.
Okay. I think for a second, I go, wait a second, and then the body goes, pop, and I'm like, okay, just lag.
Yeah.
It was that 30 seconds or so where the brain is still consciously aware as it fades from existence.
It has
and
to be
no.
consistent, right? Because if he can get banished to Gehenna, that means her body has
Yeah.
to go there when she dies.
Yeah, if we kill a devil here, they stay here and they're dead. If you kill a fiend on not their native plane, that's why they can be so frivolous when they're outside of their native plane, because they don't care. They're just gonna pop back and respawn in a couple days.
So you don't have any desire to like knock her unconscious, to do any kind of interrogation or anything, right?
Yeah, let's interrogate her well. What's his name is over there?
I mean,
She can teleport and she can fly and she can do a lot of damage. So not really. I don't really have any desire to do anything like that.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it'd be
feel like-
it'd be a whole deal. It'd be a hassle. So
Yeah.
not a
No,
bad
not
idea.
not after that fight.
What?
Okay.
She dead.
Since when have you noticed to knock creatures unconscious?
This thing is like 12 feet tall too, so it's like,
Yeah.
wait, guys, let's tie it up with a rope and then question it. You got some information. It seems like it was sent here by Zeriel, and you kind of figured out they were undercover spies, but then you were surprised to find out that they weren't really that undercover. Although you don't see the Canoloth anywhere on this island. So okay, so yeah, initiative is over. Oh, I have to go stop the battle music now.
I would
It's
like
too
to say to the group, after that happens, that like, yo, guys, we are going to have to find some sort of a shop or something at some point. Gotta admit, because I need to buy a change of clothes.
I say that's what prestidigitation's for. Or just like cut out the soiled parts and then use mending to mend it back together.
That seems like a really cheap life hack, like really taking advantage of stuff there.
Wait,
It's like, oh, well, I might as well never use a toilet from now on. I can just cut out the seam of my pants.
well, yeah, that's what
Mend
wizards
it.
do.
What?
Why do you think they invented
yeah.
prestidigitation?
Oh,
to remove
yeah.
filling?
Dude, you know in Harry Potter that's like official lore until like the 1800s. They didn't have toilets. They they would go as they were walking down the hall and they cast a little spell that made it go poop and disappear.
Like Rick and Morty.
Actual medieval in real life medieval
Yeah.
times, actual knights used to shit and piss in their armor because they couldn't really take it off while they're on the battlefield for hours and hours. Then after the battle is over, if they survived, then their squires were scrubbing the shit and piss out of their armor, getting ready for the next battle.
my
There's a
God.
manor that the people bragged about how rich they were because they had service, and it wasn't the only places like this, but this place was really notorious for it. That they refused to install restrooms, and they would just squat in the halls as they were walking and just go to the bathroom, and servants would pop out of their little corridors and clean it up real fast. And it got to where after like a century of this, the place just smelled so bad people didn't want to go over to their place, and then eventually the family that owned it was like, yeah, and they kind of moved out and it fell into disrepair.
Is that where James's
Actual
family got their
history.
idea?
Like actual history, not making that up.
That's
Saw it on,
awesome.
I saw it on some Discovery Channel or some shit like that.
Real life history is so much more messed up than any D&D stories. Okay, so the Nikoloths are gone. Yeah, by the way, one Nikoloth is deadly. Like, no, come on. Like, you guys took those out easy.
So the CR itself is based on how likely it is for a creature of that CR to kill a player of that level during the combat. So it's based on how much damage they deal, like, per round. So the fact that they can do however much tons of damage could possibly kill a player. So that's a CR, whatever. The actual difficulty of the battle itself, like deadly, medium, whatever, that's based on the total experience value of the creatures, which is based on CR, and multiplied a certain way depending on how many creatures. So did you put all of our levels and everything in correctly?
Yeah, just 3 level 8s.
Okay.
Even when I put you at level 8, it said 3 level 8s, 1 Nikoloth is deadly. But I mean, okay, those 2 Nikoloths in that surprise round, they did 70 damage to Mordenkainen. Like, that was real. If that was against you guys, I mean, one round,
of us would be unconscious.
That was a surprise round. At any point that it was their turn, they could have done that. And even with Zach's 70 hit point temporary, well, now that's gone. You know, that's like a one-time thing. So that was, you guys could have easily died. But I ran that totally straight from the book. I gave you the free banishment. But Mordenkainen can really cast that, you know? I mean, why would he not?
Well, and then the other one came back, so...
Yeah, but then popped away again. That was cool how that worked out. I just ran the mechanics. I didn't plan that. I thought about that, and then I'm like, no more cutscenes. Just run it as the battle and see what happens. And that was pretty cool.
Yeah. 1 is only hard. 3 players level 8. 1 Nikoloth is hard difficulty.
Really?
Yeah, it's 50. It's
5,000.
4,200.
4,200.
It's 5,000 XP.
Yeah.
Which is hard. Hard is between 42 and 63. So it's not quite deadly. 2 of them, though, is adjusted XP is 15,000. So it's 3 times. It's 3 times deadly, basically.
So okay, you don't want to mess around. But you guys were okay. You didn't even have to burn any items, but that was I was just making sure that was clear for everyone that you had to play well, and you did. You always play well. I'm so proud of you guys as players. Okay, so let's move on. So you guys experienced that. It was crazy. The Morenoloth looks up at you guys, and he points at his watch, and he's like, can we get going? I got stuff to do. And he really doesn't, but he's just bored. So unless you want to tell him to F off, he's waiting for you to get back in the boat. And Zach still has fly.
I say, let's we better get back over there before your fly wears off, Zoe. Let's go ahead and get back to our thing and head on to our next destination. And I step in the boat. I say the money pays for both ways, right?
He goes, "Oh, yep, you guys are good." And then he looks.
Can I have my refund for Zoe?
Oh yeah, he gives you your money.
He's gonna give me a refund?
Didn't you? Well, you paid for him. And then
Last
Zoe
time he said there was no refunds.
Oh, you're right. So he doesn't.
I grumble at anger.
If I forget,
Do you look up at me just out of snake throwing range? Well, after I said that, like,
I should have asked Mordenkainen. I've been like, hey, the guy kind of charged me for 3, but we only used 2. Can I get a refund for that?
I just can't see him answering anything but no refunds. So.
Yeah.
Can I get my parking validated?
Only with purchase. Okay, so you guys travel back to shore with Zoe flying above the ship, which is definitely full of rats. No, here's the thing: it actually took me a while before I remember that you're deathly afraid of snakes, and you were just like, "Can it be anything else?" And I'm like, "Huh? No, that's what's in the book." And then I realized,
guess I'll waste a spell slot.
And
then
I'm like,
you're like, you don't have to waste a spell slot.
Well,
yes, it is.
It turned out to be useful because then you had fly during that battle. But I actually realized could have though. It was that was
it could have come in very handy.
Yeah. But I realized that while we were playing, and I go, oh, that's really fucked up to be like, hey, play this role playing game with me. Okay, your most horrible fear is in it. No.
That's what I was like.
I
was surprised. I was like, why do you keep insisting?
Oh, is that why James stopped playing with us? Because didn't I basically do that? Okay, I'll play this game, just no devils or demons, because it makes me uncomfortable. Why would I put devils or demons in my game, James? Okay.
This is Dungeons and Dragons, not devils and demon layers.
Okay, so you guys make it back to shore, and you see Landerbold is, using the illusion, of course, of the woman. She's shooing all the Yugolots away and saying, okay, the great wizard has departed for now. Please clear away and gather. You can come back and gather next time. And they're all grumbling as they kind of meander away. One of them's like, well, next time, when's that going to be? And she goes, no one can predict the whims of the great wizard, so just show back up later, but for now, get out of here. And they're all kind of wandering away. The Yagnaloth kind of scratches his butt with his one giant hand and shrugs and starts sauntering away. And sorry, what did you want to say?
I whisper to my party so that none of the other Yugolots can hear. I say, "Hey, the thing we just killed. What's it called?
Nikoloth?
Nikoloth. That other Nikoloth, Dareth. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. We should give him our golden ticket and ask if he'll be our friend. I bet he would love to get that golden ticket."
You see him, he's actually not leaving with the other ones. He looks really bummed out, and he's sitting over staring at the lake, kind of just sitting on a rock.
I walk over to him, and I say, "Hey, buddy, sorry that Mordenkainen left before you got a chance to see him."
He looks at you, and he telepathically says, I really don't have time for conversation right now. No, he says, I really don't feel like conversation right now.
I say,
I'm really not in the mood. That's what he says. Not in the mood.
I say, okay, well, I'll let you be. Then I don't want to disturb you, but we've kind of got an in with Mordenkainen. So I was just wondering if maybe next time he comes, you wanted to, maybe join us to go see him, so that doesn't happen again.
He says, you have an in with Mordenkainen? How is this possible?
Yeah, we're friends now. So actually what happened is we went up there, like, just to, talk to him like normal. And you saw those other two Nikoloths that were here, right? The guys that were like you?
No other Yugoloths are nearby. They've all left, so there's nothing around that you can see that would hear what you guys are saying. He says, yeah, what about them?
I say, oh, thanks for clarifying that. I say, well, we were talking to Mordenkainen. Actually, after we left, we had already finished our business. Turns out they tried to kill him. They popped up and tried to assassinate him, but he escaped, and we killed them because they tried to kill Mordenkainen. Yeah.
Is that why he teleported away early?
Yep, because you're not your friends, but those other things. So, yeah,
I'm so sick of my peers. Every time I try to work my way up around here, they just knock me back down. I travel to Nessus, they demote me all the way down to the bottom. I work my way back up, and I'm just so sick of devils, the way that they bicker with each other. I wish I could just find a powerful devil that I could follow that would help guide me and help me ascend the ranks. I don't need to challenge them. Pit Fiend rank is fine, but I guess I need to find an Archdevil for that, and I've pretty much pissed off every Archdevil out there, so... I just don't know what to do anymore. Life sucks.
Well, hey, listen. I don't want to be too presumptive, but
I don't know what that word means, but whatever.
I didn't think so. We might actually know an Archdevil who might be coming into power at some point.
You're friends with Mordenkainen, and you're friends with the Archdevil. Okay, which one?
Yeah,
Glacia.
You probably haven't heard of him. He's kind of like a disgraced, but wait, wasn't he talking to Valrog?
I don't remember.
I
actually don't remember, so just continue role playing. However,
I'm my best sure Simpsons character voice, worst D&D group ever.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
I think that was the session where we were like, he wouldn't talk or whatever, and then Valrog was like, yeah, I was talking to him behind your back. That was pretty cool. I think that was him.
Oh, that sounds right. Okay, yeah, so that happened.
whether he remembers that or not, I say, well, actually, have you heard of Valrog?
He says, huh, what self-respecting Nikoloth or greater has not heard of the great Valrog, friend of Beherit, second to Asmodeus before he was disgraced and cast into the material plane? What of him?
Yeah, doesn't that kind of just, like, his story, like, that, just hearing your story just made me think of Valrog's story. Don't you just, like, relate to that? Like, you
Oh
try to
yeah,
do all this
when I was a
stuff.
little devil, I always used to read the legends of Valrog and how awesome he was. Why, I think whenever I was alive as a mortal on the mortal plane, I think even I was interested in the story of Valrog, the great archdevil. In fact, he's probably the one that first inspired me to become a devil myself. Oh yes, what a great legend he was, and very inspiring to me. Anyway, what about him?
Yeah, so, well, we're actually trying to get him back in power, but it's
Ah,
kind of a long story. So, would you be interested in possibly helping us do that and maybe being his, like, second in command?
I really have no reason to believe that you're friends with a legendary archdevil that no one's
I-
seen in millennia.
I interrupt him while he's saying that and pull out the shield, and I say hi, Balrog.
The face on the shield moves with a mouth and says, "Oh, hey, I guess it's okay for me to tell you, but yeah, this is me, Valrog." And Dareth says some word in Abyssal that no one understands but Scree.
I understand.
Scree, yep.
And he goes, it's basically like, what the fuck? And then you see him like kind of squinting as he's like concentrating and thinking, potentially communicating with Valrog. And after some back and forth, he speaks in Infernal and says, I accept your offer. It is an honor to serve under the great Valrog. I will only take orders from him, but also I would really prefer to use my honorable native tongue. So to take orders from you guys, you're going to have Scree. I mean, like, he'll talk to you guys, but if it comes to like he's just asking, so he wants to either take orders from Valrog or Scree. I mean, he's not giving you like a demand. Like he's not.
I say, yeah. I say, no problem, dude. I understand. I mean, I totally wish I spoke this language. I really appreciate your whole culture and everything.
Oh, Zach, sorry, I missed your minor illusion. I just now saw it.
That would have been so perfect. Because it's like, yes, I'm Valrog. It's okay. And then a rock goes, no, I am Valrog. Then another one goes, I am Valrog. And then his belt buckle goes, I am Valrog.
But they see you like mouthing and casting the spell. And you're like,
Yeah, there's one in every group, isn't there?
Yeah, Dareth asks Valrog, is he always like this? And Valrog says, yeah, pretty much.
Me, as in she?
Yeah, she. Is she always like this? Yeah.
Just checking, making sure.
Yes, thank you. Always keep me aligned on correct gender, please.
Yep, I try. Well, I wanted to make sure you were actually talking about me. And
yep.
know.
Well, not you, but Zoe, which is
yes, we all meant.
Okay, so he accepts, and he will now follow you, and he says all that too. Like he's like, no offense, Raxlor. Like I'm not saying I won't talk to you. I'm just like he's enthused to work under a devil, so he feels like being extra proper. So instead of using like Abyssal, he's like trying to stick to Infernal. But you know, telepathy still works. I guess the thing is you can't speak to him telepathically unless he initiates. So if you just come up to him and start talking to him in common, he's probably going to be annoyed and not want to like open up communication with you. Like he would do it, but he's letting you know that's not his preference.
I say, yeah, I mean, no problem. Hey, we're a crew. We're actually called Raised Riders, and I mean, I have no desire to give you any orders of any kind. I just want you to. We have a mutual goal, and I would love it if you would join us and, work towards those goals together. And I'm not going to give you any orders, and I wouldn't want to give you any orders. But if there's instructions or anything that we need to communicate to you, I will definitely have. I respect that, and I will have Scree or Valrog not just communicate that, I will have them decide what orders to give you. I am not going to use them as a medium to give you orders indirectly. I think that's disrespectful to your culture. I think the orders should be conceived and given in Infernal.
He says he appreciates that, and he says that he's really proud of you, and that with enough work, eventually you'll attain a rank as great as him.
Well, thank you.
I
And you'll attain
he'll be a lot higher than you still, but
and you'll attain a rank as great as your
pit feed.
what do you call?
I'd like to
No, what do you call the thing where it's like your own like efforts?
You think of exactly the word, and and Raxlor says the exact word you're thinking of.
As great as your effort allows.
All right. Okay. Remember that he's there. I'll write him down in notes later. But I mean, Jibs is not
He can
with
just
you.
fly
But...
above us. He doesn't even need to take up space, right?
No, but he can. You got plenty of seats. But anyway, yep, you've got Dareth. So you have now recruited another member of your gang. So in addition to Jibs, but unlike Jibs, this guy is like lots of reason to be loyal. Like Jibs is like not looking for ways to betray you probably. But he's kind of like, he lost his old gang, so he doesn't really have a reason to be with you. But yeah, I would say Dareth seems like he'd be pretty loyal. Later on, since you guys are kind of building your own army, in real old-time D&D, you frequently would command armies, and that's what charisma was for, is to keep the morale up of your troops and such, and also to, like, get them to obey your commands and orders and things. So, something to keep in mind, that as you have more interactions with your own NPCs, might still have some charisma checks, not like you have to convince them or argue with them, but just more like maybe they'll be more effective. So I'm going to kind of keep that in mind.
Do you mean charisma wasn't used to seduce dragons in old school D&D?
Well, definitely that. Absolutely. In fact, that's why the stat was invented. In the Gary Gygax book, he said, wait, what's the stat we can use for banging dragons? What are those called? Scalies?
Oh my god, yeah, they're called
That sounds really racist.
Scaly file.
Oh my god.
Hey, don't they make these... Oh, never mind.
Oh.
So Dareth interrupts me, the DM, and says, he looks at Scree and says, so, speaking of goals, my goals are now aligned with yours, but what are those, Scree, Captain Scree? What is, what are we doing? What are our goals? Maybe I have information that could help. What are we out to do?
Well, right now we're searching for... God, what's her name? Second hag. I can't remember her name.
Raxlor whispers,
Red Ruth. And we are also looking for the Wandering Emporium and anybody who has seen or been to the Wandering Emporium, if they can give us any information about that place too.
He says, oh wow, that's interesting. Well, Red Ruth, I'm sure you know, is in the Bone Brambles west of here. I'm sure Valrog is already leading you there. Of course, I would probably not know of any location, how to get somewhere common better than Valrog. And you mentioned the Wandering Emporium. Oh yes, I've heard of this place, although I don't know of a way to get there, unfortunately. What are we doing for Mordenkainen? I'm sure you took a quest for him. Is it killing Empyreans? I know he seems obsessed with that. Is that what you guys are doing, or are you doing something far greater?
Oh, that is just one of the quite a few things we have to do to get Imperial blood. But anyways, what's more important is that he gave us each a place to go and a thing to do. For me personally, he wanted me to steal this legendary magic dagger, which what is it called again? Oh my god.
Oh, the Dagger of Rothan.
Yes, the Dagger of Rothan from Belle, who is currently housing it
Sounds like a
for
Led Zeppelin song.
on loan. And we are also looking for
Wait, did you say you're gonna steal the dagger Rothan from Bell?
Yes, I am going to myself. My god has spoken to me
Okay. I'm not.
and requested me that I steal this dagger.
That's a
And to
back
prove my
burner thing,
race,
right? Because I'm not. I don't know about jumping into all that right away. I hope.
yeah, that's like one of the side.
You know how to get. You know how to get to Bell. You know where
Not
he
at the
is.
moment. No, not at the moment.
Oh, do you know how to find him?
If you know, then
Nope.
your
Sorry.
information. I
Mordenkainen might
understand.
have, but he's gone now. So.
Oh man,
Did you ask him?
did we?
Yeah.
I believe we did.
Yeah, he said if you found him the blood of a powerful creature, he would show you. He would give you the location to Bell.
Well, we would basically need pit fiend blood to find a
A
pit
pit
fiend.
fiend? Oh, I know about a pit fiend that's not far from here. In fact, it's imprisoned, trapped in a pit. Yes, it's trapped in a pit. So you might
That's
have
why they
a.
call it.
You might, yeah. You
Well,
might.
That's
on the
an
road.
actual lead. Wow.
You might have a pretty decent chance at. I mean, if you're looking to get blood from a pit fiend, which I guess you'd have to kill one. I don't know about how easy that would be, but I don't know where it is though. But his name is Shumrath.
Tumrath.
Yep, and he's trapped in a pit. Oh, you know who might know? Mahadi at the Wandering Emporium. But sorry, I don't know where that is.
Well,
So I guess we're going to see this Ruth person that you mentioned. Since the only other lead we have is the Wandering Emporium, but
and that basically ties to many, many, many other things.
Gee, choo choo.
So,
it's not. It's a funnel point. Okay, it's not a railroad.
I know.
There's a bunch of branching paths, and then you go to the Wandering Emporium, and then there's a bunch of branching paths, and then you go somewhere else. I mean, you could avoid the Wandering Emporium entirely, but it would be very difficult to complete this mission, this campaign, without going to the Wandering Emporium, which is great because
hey
the Emporium
man.
is awesome. It's run by Mahadi.
Oh, so he's the one who actually runs it. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have ever actually asked anything about them, although he's been mentioned by a few people. So Dareth says, "Okay, well then let's head on to the bone brambles. I will travel with you guys. Surely we're not walking, are we? I think I saw you heading around some vehicles. No. Oh, great.
We have quite a few vehicles.
All right, well let's head on over. Did you guys take damage?
No.
I didn't take any damage, no.
I avoided damage.
Wow.
But it was blocked.
Yeah. I mean, you guys tried to get hit several times. You did well. If it hits you with its claws, it inflicts some kind of magical wound that like causes extra damage every time you get hit after that. But someone can use a medicine check to try to bind the wound and stop it from bleeding. It's pretty awesome.
Oh.
But good for you. That didn't happen. Sad for me. I was looking forward to it. I don't want to kill you guys. I just like implementing effects.
You don't want to kill us, you just want to almost kill us with funny things.
Okay, well, I think this is a good place to stop. So the Yugalos have cleared off. You joined a new member of your party. You got some experience killing a couple of Nikolos. That was an awesome battle. And then when we start next time, we'll begin with you guys. You can go back to your party and explain why you have this new devil guy following you around. And then you guys can head on to the Bone Brambles. Oh, did Mordenkainen give you guys any soul coins?
No.
Oh, man.
No.
No.
He gave you 3 soul coins.
Oh, he slipped them into our pockets.
Yep.
I thought my soul
Wait, that
felt
would
a
have
little
changed
heavier.
this last fight a lot.
You each find an unexpected soul coin in your pocket. So you have a little extra fuel for your bikes.
You write that down.
Yeah, let's write them down, and then we'll determine using them later. We're not just using them right away.
Yep, I think that you basically had enough to get to the bone brambles. Well, I'll double check, but I think you had enough to get there, but not get back. Or like maybe since you made a stop here first, maybe you get like halfway there. But remember, each one is 3 days, and that's around average distance between these locations. And so yeah, I'm gonna go roll some dice and determine how far away the bone brambles are. I'm going to look at the last time you guys stocked up on soul coins and calculate what you need to travel. But basically, you got enough fuel for all 3 vehicles for 3 more days.
Yay.
On top of whatever you had, so. Yay! All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end things here at this perfect spot. It's like we actually, finished something. Tower of Herb. This is the first location. You guys went to Fort Knucklebone, but that was kind of, you're forced to go there. So you guys had to pick a location, and you only knew of 2. You could have found more, potentially, but you knew of 2, picked one, and went there, and now you finished it. And it took a few sessions, but that's it. We did the whole thing. You fought some Nikoloths. That was really awesome. And now off to the Bone Brambles. So now I get to go read the Bone Brambles and prepare for that. And I think there's a map. I think I can actually load up a map for that. So that's going to be really exciting. And but we don't know for sure if we're going to do mine next. I guess I have to do some preparation. I definitely could play next week because that's probably too early since we don't have your other game set up. But we can talk about that. It's really awesome being at like a stopping point.